and how important it's been for me to reach out and get the help when the need arises. Specifically, the worst moment that ever happened to me was during my time in middle school. For those who don't know, when I went to school, there was a 3-tier system when it came to your schools. Lower school when you first start out, middle school, which is like the in-betweeny section when you're just going through puberty, etc., and upper school, where you've been through the harder parts and now you have the very important parts like your GCSEs and then moving on to A-levels, university, etc. During that middle section, so while I was in middle school, I had the time of hell. Literally, what felt like coming from a really amazing experience in lower school turned into chaos, where every single day, and I am not joking, every single day I was in school during middle school time, I was bullied in some way or form. That bullying could have existed from simply being called names like fatso or nerd, to then all of a sudden walking home with bruises or being beaten up by bullies throughout the day just for being someone that they did not like. Of course, when you go to school as well, they teach you one very important thing: talk to someone. If you're being bullied or you're going through some bullying, talk to someone and get things resolved. So what did I do? I approached one of my head teachers at the time when things were happening. And instead of the head teacher listening to my problems, addressing them, and looking into getting things sorted with my parents, instead I was the one that was punished, being told by my teachers that I was the source of the problem and that I was making myself to be too much of a target for the bullies. This in turn led me to believe that I must be a huge problem to people out there in my school. Although I had some amazing friends, there were people in the school that were obviously bullying me so hard, so I must have been a problem to them in some way or form, and it corrupted me. It genuinely made me believe that I deserved to be bullied every single day, so I just took it. I took it day in and day out for 4 years straight. With that in mind, when I then went to upper school, my mental health was all over the place. I kept feeling as if I was going to get bullied every single day and I just have to accept it again and again and again. But instead of being bullied in my upper school, I was accepted for who I was. I wasn't expected to change. I wasn't expected to fit some kind of criteria. No one felt as if they were offended by me. I was accepted with open arms, and I was allowed to embrace and be who I wanted to be. And that caused my head to go haywire, because every step forward I made in my mental health, I would always take 2 steps back. And it culminated to the point where during certain lessons, I actively decided to hide during certain lessons or stay to myself during certain lessons, feeling that if I took part or if I joined a team for a group competition or challenge or anything along those lines, I would lose it for everyone. And I would just be a complete waste of space. And then this ramped up even more, and it wasn't even dealt with until after the end of my year 8 prom. The very final prom I would have in my entire time of being in upper school, unless I went to sixth form and started A-levels, which I did, but that's a story for another day. Effectively, what happened at the prom was very bad, and this is where I have to issue a trigger warning, because this is where we get very scary. During the prom, I felt so terrible, and I felt as if no one cared about me, I didn't deserve to be there, and I generally felt that me existing in the prom was a problem to everyone else at prom, that I took myself away and hid in the men's bathroom. Whilst I was hidden in the men's bathroom, and I'm not lying, I'm sitting like this on one of the men's toilets, I look up, and there was a hook coming out of the ceiling above where I was. It just happened to be a hook. I don't know why it was there, but it was there. And my first instinct was to undo my tie, wrap it around the hook, make a makeshift noose, and get myself ready to hang myself in the men's toilets. And it wasn't until I literally had the tie in my hands about to pop my head through as best I could and just go for it, when I realized, what the hell am I doing to myself? Why do I need to die to fix things when that's not going to fix anything? If anything, that is going to make everything 10 times worse, if not even more. So luckily at that moment in time, I had enough willpower in myself to stop. And from that day, I sought help. I talked to my friends about it and I was terrified. I went home and a couple of days afterwards, I spoke to my parents about it for the first time, talking to them about everything I'd experienced. Because this is bearing in mind, this is 4 years after going through things in middle school, where I obviously went through 4 years of back-to-back hell every single day. I opened up to him for the first time 4 years after that, so that 8 years of going through things, and I finally had the gall to bring it up to them. And there's me worried that my parents were going to overreact, or my parents were going to think, oh, you'll get over it, you're a guy, man up, get over it, it doesn't matter anymore. But that's not what happened. My parents fully embraced me, they held me tight, they said they were curious that something was going on, but they were confident that I was going to approach them when the time was right. I sought help, I managed to get therapy sessions, and today I am in probably the best mental shape I've ever been because of me reaching out for help. And this is how important it is. It doesn't matter whether it's a teacher, a friend, a best friend, a parent, or anyone else out there. If you are going through something that is genuinely hurting you mentally, going through things that are making you think, am I even worth existing in life? Please reach out and get some help from someone. Talk to someone about your problems. And the guys at Mind UK are more than happy to do this. And it doesn't matter whether you're a man, woman, child, non-binary, transsexual, anywhere on the grand spectrum that we are now on in 2022. Please, do what's right. Do what's right for you. Reach out your hand and someone will be there to grasp it. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm sorry if it becomes a little bit emotional. You'll probably see a couple of other clips about other stories that I've had throughout my time dealing with mental health, but I hope it doesn't offend you. If anything, I wanted to open your eyes and to help us raise awareness for mental health. If you've finished watching this clip and you want to add a clip of yourself talking about your mental health journey, or if you want me to speak about your mental health journey on your behalf, if you want to put something in writing, or even join me on stream where we can talk about your mental health journey as well as just shoot it away with each other, let me know. Hit me up right here on Twitch, or email me, or hit me up on any of my social media channels. All my info is in my About Me section, so please, you can reach out to me and make something to help raise awareness for mental health. Thank you for tuning in. There's more clips coming, and reaction will be coming back in just a second. See you in a sec, peeps. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. You're tuning in to the Shepherd Challenge 2022. That's a lot of twos. Yes, the second iteration of the Shepherd Challenge. Now, before we get started with the stream, I thought I would introduce myself, as well as the concept of the stream and what we're doing here. My name's TheXploder. You're tuning in to my live streams here, and I like to do challenge runs and a bunch of things similar to that here on my live streams. I also have a big fascination and love for sheep. So last year, when I came back to streaming properly, I combined these elements together in order to create the Shepherd Challenge, a challenge dedicated to raise money for charity where I only play as sheep in games. Specifically, I did the first challenge in Pokemon, and in 2022, we're back with more Pokemon sheep action. But this time in 5 of the old school games, rather than 5 of the more modernized titles. So what are we raising money for? We're raising money for Mind UK, a charity dedicated to helping men, women, children, elderly, young'uns, you name it, going through some hard times with their mental health. Doesn't matter what the situation is, doesn't matter how severe or insignificant you may think that problem may be. Mind UK are there for those people, and if they can't help them themselves, they are there to openly help and advise them on other services they can approach or go to help them with whatever is struggling in their head. Mental health is a very big deal with me. I suffer from mental health issues, very high levels of anxiety, occasional depression, and I've been there with some very tragic stories of my own. So So in between streaming segments and whilst we're here on stream, you may be seeing clips from other people talking about their mental health experiences and how important it is to reach out for help if you need it most. So whether you're watching this on the starting soon screen, be right back screen, or any other screen this could turn up on, be sure you stay tuned because the action is coming back in just a second. And in the meantime, myself, some other content creators, and other people like you and me are going to come on screen talking about their mental health journeys and how important it is to reach out for help when the time comes. Enjoy, relax, grab yourself some snacks, and make sure you get ready to hydrate because this show is going to start real soon. See you in a sec, peeps.
Hello guys, it is Jack, aka Mr. Wolfie, big friend of the Exploders, and of course Dom. Now with mental health, I feel like it's always a difficult one, guys, because everybody's fighting their own battles, and something that can seem so insignificant to one person can be a mountain to climb for someone else. When I graduated university, I went straight into a graduate job, and at the time I was very, very pleased with myself. I was very pleased to have found the job so soon after university when, you know, some students find difficulty in that. The problem was that the honeymoon phase of that job very quickly wore off, and after about 6 months in the door, I realised very almost abruptly that I was not having a good time. Now this kind of went beyond having just a bad day at work or not looking forward to going to work some days. It was genuinely very, very tough. And for me as a person throughout my life, I've never really considered myself a quitter, if you like. So I had to very quickly rectify my issues and decide whether I wanted to keep at it and continue on and try and get better and improve, or whether I was going to stop. And that was a really tough call because I really didn't want to consider myself as giving up. I started to question whether I was good enough. I started to question all of my abilities and capabilities, and that started me off on a really kind of poor trajectory.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and those currently contemplating the ideas of do I or don't I have to go to the gym? Well, don't go yet, because we're live streaming right now and you want to be a part of a fun time streamy desk. Go to the gym afterwards. But it's going to be late at night. Yeah, hey, late night gym sessions are pretty freaking cool. Do events.
I mean, it is a natural thing, and I don't know. Some people just prefer to go in the evening. I don't know.
Well, there you go. Some people prefer their gym sessions in the EV desk. It is what it is.
Sometimes they find it productive.
Yeah, there you go. So, ladies and gents, howdy hi. Hope everyone's doing good, looking good, feeling good, and all that fun jazz in betweeny. Welcome to the streamies with your boy, the number one man with the ironclad white pale tan. We're used to it by now, of course. The self-proclaimed most spokesman man of the planet, TheXploder, right here over on the Twitch. And you may see this evening, I have another guest with me. We're going to be talking about mental health property later on. Joining me with the Pokey Fun Times and all that fun jazz. Great friend of mine, D&D addict, artist, and just general crazy person, so no wonder we're good mates. It's Tash!
Hello! Hope everyone is doing swell tonight, and thank you for having me on your wonderful stream.
Thank God I'm actually back to normal and I'm not in teacher mode where I'm just saying to everyone, you're late, this will come out of your final grade.
Damn it! Like, I mean, I knew that question with the whole, like, is that Nuzlocke a type of lock with the key? So I'm just losing points as I go along, to be honest.
Oh, bless you. It's all good.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I've done my time in the schools with getting the qualifications and stuff. Technically speaking, I'm kind of still doing like something like that, but it's more of something that I actually like. So
gotcha.
There we go.
There you go, fair play. So yes, like I said, Tash is joining me this evening. Joining me with the Pokey Fun Times at the starter bits, like we normally do. See how far we get in Kanto. And then we'll be going ham and having a proper good sesh talking about mental healthy bits where things can get quite deep when we get there, but don't worry, we'll cover trigger warning bits when we get there. Hey ho, it's gonna be it'll be good. It'll be a fun time regardless. So come on down, join the ride, raise money for charity. That's what we're here for. And all that fun jazz as well. Speaking of the charity bits, I had an extra £10 from one of my nurses at work and another £10 from one of my doctors at work.
Oh.
So I think the one from my nurse I talked about, she knew a little bit about Pokemon, so said, yeah, just catch a random Pokemon when you go to Pokemon Emerald. And I'm like, yep, awesome. The doctor, bless him, had no bloody idea about Pokemon whatsoever. So because it was a tenner, I told him what the tenner would entail. And he said, oh yeah, that's all right, yeah, go for it. It helps you, makes it entertaining, yeah, go for it. So... that's what we're doing. So we technically already have 2 catches that we can go for in Emerald. Because they said I could go through anything, I'll basically play it as when we start Emerald, we're just gonna go out there, see what happens, because it's going to be randomized as well. If we bump into a boy that we unanimously agree is going to be a very valuable boy, or poll it, exactly, Kalo, we would poll catch or no catch, or come to an agreement on chat, and go for it. Absolutely. And then once we've caught something, that will be the £10 redeemed on the stream as well. So that's how we're going to go about that when we hit Pokemon Emerald. For the time being, if anyone who is brand new to the Shepherd Challenge wants to understand the rule set or any of the incentives for donating for Mind UK, brilliant charity based around mental health bits, please consider all the exclamation mark commands that you are seeing at the bottom of the screen. Exclamation mark Shepherd for the rules of the run, exclamation mark Sheep for all your incentives, and if you want any more information on Mind UK, exclamation mark Mind will set you straight on that one as well. Excellent.
Nice.
Right, with that in mind, that's pretty much all the background bits that I've got to cover today.
Like all the bureaucratic, like some people call it boring bits or something along the lines.
No,
Probably
like the
not
backstage
boring
bits.
as such, but just backstage bits. Yeah, we'll go with that. Boring sounds a bit bad, so.
Then you have a 20 still from outside of stream for Revive, or are you keeping that for Emerald 2? I don't think we used it. Yeah, anything that I've had from work, effectively I'm keeping for Emerald. So that includes the 1 Revive from one of my nurses and the 2 catches we've got so far. So if any of my Pokies die at the moment in this run, we technically don't have any Revives for them yet, because they're all reserved for Emerald at the moment. That'll be fair, because I said to him, it's best if we put him towards Emerald, because I don't think Kanto will be as long, because Kanto is, like, it's awesome that in Gen 2 you have both Johto and Kanto. The problem with Kanto is that it's not well leveled. Some of it is, but it's meh. So bearing that in mind, we'll probably trounce Kanto, but I don't want to jump to conclusions just yet, because if I do, I'm probably going to bloody regret it, knowing me.
I mean, you know what they say about Sod's Law.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely, and I do not want to jinx it at all. I'm just going to get this back up on my laptop screen, which is just a list of the gym leaders for Kanto, because I still want to try and keep to level caps, but I want to, because we're keeping to level caps in Kanto, you're going to have to do the Kanto gym leaders in a very awkward order, which is another jarring thing as well, because you don't arrive at Pallet Town and start from the beginning again. You arrive at Vermilion City and have to go out from Vermilion, which is quite nuts.
That sounds weird.
But at least it's technically built around the idea of you doing Vermilion first and then covering everything, because the first one on my list is Lieutenant Surge. Excellent.
Hurrah. Yes.
So, this is the second time I've gone against Surgy Poo this week. I already went against Lieutenant Surge in a recording of Digimon Nova Red, episode 7 coming this week, by the way. Well, next week. And now I get to do it all over again. Oh, I just can't get rid of a guy.
He's like a limpet. He just sort of like sticks on you and he won't let go.
He's just like, you want to surge? You want to surge? You want to surge?
Surge with me.
So, why do we call you Lieutenant Surge? Because I'm commanding the surge protection. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Lieutenant, for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Protecting my surges.
I salute you, Lieutenant.
Yes. Yes, indeed. How would you rate Lieutenant Surge? If you had to give him a rating out of 10.
On what basis? Like physical attractiveness or personality? Like what
Or
parameters am I working with here?
Level, like, how good a gym leader?
Oh God. Well, this is only based on my very limited knowledge and watching like Pokemon, like the Pokemon anime, way when I was a kid. Well, the fact that he sort of made, I guess made his Pikachu grow into a Raichu with Raichu. Yeah, what the heck, English? Raichu, without learning even the basics and like getting the basics down and just going straight up to like 11 and stuff. Yeah, you need to know the basics in order to go to the advanced stuff and then break some of the rules to be a more, I don't know, well-rounded gym leader, trainer, stuff along those lines.
That's it. At least in my opinion, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because Lieutenant Surge of the anime was just a dick.
Oh, like, yeah, he was an absolute douche.
Absolutely. Possibly one of the best arcs involving Ash and Pikachu, though. The whole, like, let's go to the water windmill and charge you the hell up so you have stronger electricity than Raichu. That's pretty sick.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
And then figuring out, oh yeah, that plus a combination of I'm faster than the fat guy. Yeah, I can win.
Yeah, and the whole, like, when Ash was considering, like, maybe if I evolve the Pikachu to a Raichu, then maybe they'll be stronger, and Pikachu just sort of slaps that evolution stone or something like, no, bitch, I'm having the way I am. You're gonna train me up to be a stronger Pikachu, and you're gonna love it.
That's it. Just say, you ain't gonna win like that, boy. I ain't that kind of Pikachu. We're gonna train, bitch. Get that montage.
We're gonna go for a training montage. Like, get your hoodie up.
Oh, God.
No, Rocky. Rocky montage. Oh, man. Like, play the Eye of a Tiger in the background.
There you go. That's how it is. That's how it is. To answer your question, Rave, yes. They're not added to the gold bar yet. Their money bits I am going to be adding to the gold bar over the weekend to make sure that this is technically accurate. But because of their donations, technically we are past the halfway point of the 200 mark. So we are very close to hitting 300, which would mean that the game after Emerald, which will be Platinum, will be randomized.
Woo!
Which would be very, very fun. So keep it going, guys. We're doing amazing. That is excellent, and we're doing really well. Thank you all for your amazing donations so far. I wish they had fixed Kanto in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Have you given the gyms proper level curves to get you set up for red and maybe wild Pokemon worth catching? Alongside trainer battles being sturdy, it wouldn't feel so hollow. It's like, hey, Kanto exists, but it's like one of those cheap Poundland chocolates. Ooh.
Oh my God.
The analogy, it works.
Yeah.
It works so well.
It does. Oh,
that is very accurate, Cody. Very, very accurate.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's a shame, but it's true. It's so
is.
true.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
and you want to know what else is true?
Oh, well, else
the fact that we're playing Pokemon. Let's change to game screen. Oh,
woo! Let's go.
Here we go.
Oh.
Why is it showing that box instead of a game? Weird. Weird little wazzock. It's when you think everything's running perfect and then OBS just goes, you mean this box, boss? No, I don't.
Oh, man, like technical difficulties. Yeah.
Welcome to the difficult show. There we go.
Yes.
Right,
there we go.
Shrink that back a little bit, move that down a little bit. Right. Yeah, so here's the thing. Text to sheep is no longer working. If you read my announcement on Discord, because I brought it up, I've had to, because Twitch is updating, with how it's running its API in the background and everything, and OBS has had to update. The program that I use, Leorin Board, that helps me do things like texture sheep and the danger, reload, and all the sound board sounds that you can have for commands as well. I had to update everything to Leorin Board 2 that's ready, more up-to-date, more functionable, etc. But the only thing that they don't have yet in Leorin Board 2 is a text-to-speech thing set up yet. So sadly, for the time being, texture sheep will not be working, but I haven't had a chance to do it today, but effectively, until that gets fixed, I'm going to be changing around texture sheep to bring up the sheep, and the sheep's going to bar at me to let me know that there is an important message in chat from you guys so I can read it. It's not optimal because we're used to texture sheep and we love texture sheep, but at the moment, sheep's having a holiday, resting his voices. It's all fine. It's a thing I had to do. Yeah, sadly, it is a thing I have to do, but hey ho, hopefully it won't be too long, because luckily with Leorin Board 2, because of how accessible it is, a lot of people have already jumped on to start making stuff for it. So in due time, we'll have everything sorted out again. Oh, of course. Let me just sort that out. Bear with me. I just need to go on to my Tash and do a thing.
Yes, need to
There we go,
refund
beautiful.
those points.
Yeah, so by next stream as well, I will disable texture sheep. I'll either disable texture sheep if I don't have everything set up yet, or if I do have everything set up, texture sheep will still be active, but it will just work a little bit differently. Let's put it that way. So it's all good in the hood. Right. I think with all that done, we're playing the game!
Yeah!
Right. Cody, Crystal has such a great atmosphere, but its flaws are easy to see as I get older, despite it being such a beautiful looking game. Also, I assume we used the UPR to start with a Mareep. Yes, I did use that, because you can't catch one of the wild in Crystal, and I'm remembering correctly. That is very true. We set everything up to basically have it so that all 3 of the starter Pokemon were Mareeps. So I start with a Mareep, my rival starts with a Mareep, so it's Sheep Central, and that's why we're running with the rules of the run, to make it so that you guys have to donate to fill out my squad with honorary sheep, because I can't catch any. It's kind of crazy, but it creates incentives, and you guys can just screw me over and go, no, keep failing. Keep failing. I didn't say stop.
Yes.
But look!
Yeah.
I did it!
Hooray!
We got fucking Espeon!
Hooray!
And the best part is, I didn't even have to give it a shit ton of drugs. All I had to do was do something off stream when it wasn't being a dick, and here we are. Sheepion is Espeon, and everything is good in the world.
Woo-hoo!
Hallelujah.
Yay!
So I'm actually really chuffed. We've got a pretty strong team ready to go for us. The only thing I need to set up, if I remember, how much is it so you get a new catch? If you do ! sheep in chat, Cody, it'll give you all the incentives. Like it says down there, all the incentives for the run, so you know how much everything is. It is £10 for charity, 1 catch. Simple as. But if you want to save it for Emerald, like a few people are now, absolutely fine. Right. We got our team ready. I need to give someone cut, or else we are not even going to be going anywhere.
I was going to say, who are we giving cut to?
Well, I think I made it so that anyone can learn any HM, so let's see. Barmy's already got strength. Bleatini's got surf.
Yes.
Sheepion's more of a special attacker anyway, but this is before the physical special attack split. Could give it to Sheepdog.
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 Yes.
The absolute mad lad that survived on 1 HP.
Jeez.
Took a hyper beam from a Dragonite, tanked it like a god on 1 HP. Oh, yeah, because he's got Flame Wheel. We don't need Ember. That's fine.
God, it's terrifying, but good on Sheepdog.
Good on Sheepdog. What a good boy. I was thinking of putting on Shearer, but we should be fine. Go ahead, Tash. Sorry.
Oh, I was looking at your sheep event incentives. Sorry, not inventives, incentives. And I'm intrigued by the dynamic attack sheep song.
Yes, no one has claimed for that one yet. So, for those who don't know, there was an amazing song that someone put together as like a jokey meme song, or based around Shin Megami Tensei 3. By the way, can we just appreciate the Gen 2 remix of the original battle theme from Red and Blue? Because this is amazingly good soundtrack. Oh my god. Love it. Anyway, what, can't you hear it? Why can't you hear it? Why is that muted?
Oh no. No.
Prickle, why are you muted? I don't know why that was muted. Bear with me.
Oh man.
That's completely cocked up everything audio-wise. That's it.
Oh.
No, the game wasn't even muted. Apparently it was muted in OBS for some reason. No idea why.
I mean, you did mention OBS was like... Yeah,
it was probably it's Wazak, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Wazaki intentions. That's it.
Yeah. There it is. Now I've got to listen to it. There's the Pokemon battle music. But there we go.
Why did I do Metal Claw against Electrode? God, I'm an idiot. At least I got the attack boost off it. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's all good.
Right. There we go. Electrode's out of here. Beautiful.
Yes.
So, Barmy at 51. Way to go, Barmy.
Ooh.
So I think the big trick with all this is that we have all the gym leaders in Kanto. And then after defeating all the gym leaders in Kanto, we get word of someone in Mount Silver looking for a real competition. And that's Red. And if I'm not mistaken, Red's Pokemon go up to 72?
What?
Yeah. So, the good thing is, if we need to hit Red's level cap, I have purposely got red candies ready just in case we do not reach that level naturally. Spoilers, we're not gonna, because you never do in Crystal or Gen 2. It doesn't bloody happen. That's what we call bad optimization.
Well.
But hey ho. We're gonna have fun anyway. That's a way off. That's a bit of a way off before we do any of that, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I'm really confident looking forward for Red, especially now that we've got Espeon with us. It's gonna be real nice.
There we go.
Lovely. So Tash, just as a conversation starter, because you said you're not too well versed with Pokemon, what is your experience with it?
Well, okay, so I watched pretty much the majority of the first season of the anime. I remember Pokemon cards being a thing, and them getting banned in middle school because I think teachers were having enough of, I don't know, either kids stealing Pokemon cards off each other or just swapping or gambling.
Its highest is 81? Christ! I know like the majority of his Pokemon's in the 70 range, but isn't his 81 Pikachu? Like...
what?
Jesus! I didn't remember it was 81. Christ.
Well, jeez.
I beat him as a kid. How long did I grind for?
Well, jeez. Oh, boy. But anyways, continuing with Pokemon things. I think I read like a couple of Pokemon comics as well when I was a kid.
Oh, cool.
And I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of like other sort of Pokemon episodes and things along the lines up to I think it was like sort of 1 and 2, and then I guess I kind of just lost interest because I guess things just got a bit convoluted, and I don't know. There's just so many. And
That's fair.
yeah, I think if something keeps using the same kind of, I don't know, tropes or the same kind of recipe for, I don't know, like episodes, I think I'm basing more of my experience off the animes more than the games, mainly because I watched more of the anime than I did playing the Pokemon. So
Right.
that's more or less my limited experience with Pokemon. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, like the latest Pokemon stuff coming out with, oh god, like Pokemon Scarlet and Lilac, is it?
Oh, Scarlet and
have I got it
Violet.
wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet and Lilac. Lilac?
Violet.
Oh, Violet, okay.
Lilac.
Look, they both sound similar. They're both similar hues of purple. Like, technically speaking, I'm not 100% wrong. Like, they're both purple, man.
It's not my fault they're so similar.
Like, yeah, it's not my fault. Like, but I've seen
And why can I just imagine you being the mum who's like, it's like, yeah, can we get Pokemon Lilac for my son? It's like, it's called Violet. Yeah, whatever.
Violet. That's what I meant. Something.
Don't reassure me, boy.
Don't judge me. But yeah, I've seen like the first. No, I've seen like the grass, fire, and water starter Pokemon, and whilst everyone is sort of simping for the cat, I'm more interested in, like, I prefer the duck, but I have a bit of a soft spot for are they meant to be a lizard or something? Because they're like, I think the fire Pokemon isn't getting enough love. And
yeah, that infuriates me. I think Fuecoco is gorgeous.
Yeah. Just say Fireboy. Okay, Fireboy then. Fuecoco.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Unanimously, every fire boy is a fire boy.
Like, I mean, in all fairness, with every Pokemon game that I've played, I always seem to lean more towards the fire Pokemon, more than any other type.
Nice. You gain Rave's respect on that one, that's for sure.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, go full Karen on the kid. Look cute. But yeah, yeah, he's a crocodile and a Piquillo Pepper? Piquillo?
Yeah,
Piquillo?
Which is why I'm looking forward to see if his tertiary form is going to be literally Pepper-inspired Godzilla.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be freaking amazing. Are you kidding me?
Now, just to clarify, we're not talking about Peppa Pig because
no,
we all know that skeleton in the closet, Dom.
Oh, we don't. Like people say, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Peppa.
Yeah, we don't talk about Peppa Pig. we don't talk about Peppa Pig, like especially Peppa, my friend Peppa Pig.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm terribly sorry. I meant to switch that to Lavanya. There we go. So you're represented on screen.
Ah, okay. That's fair. Sweet. Yeah, I was gonna say, so... Yeah, I was gonna say, if anyone was wondering, and they probably weren't, they were just thinking, oh, it's a very big, baby snake person sort of thing. I don't know. But the reason why Lavanya is represented on the screen, and you're probably wondering who the heck is Lavanya, is she was a character that I played in TheXploder's tabletop RPG Ring Warriors, where you get to, yeah, in development, but you get to play, like, essentially you get to create...
Oh god, explosion! No!
Oh.
No!
Oh no!
Oh, Shira! Oh, that's why I switched into Shira. He can tank it. We're fine. Carry on.
Oh no, okay, cool. Like, I feel like I'm disrupting the tension and the whole suspenseful nature of the Pokemon battle.
Are you good?
But yeah. So yeah, I played essentially a snake person, Lavanya Wrecking Ball in Dom's tabletop RPG Ring Warriors, where you get to create and play as your dream wrestler. So, in my case, I just made a boa constrictor snake lady who was a building contractor.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just builds buildings or does DIY jobs and things.
That's it.
Yeah. Like it's hilarious how okay, so I don't know I don't know how many people would have heard this story about how Lavanya was created, sort of thing. Essentially, like, I was born on the year of the snake, so immediately I was attracted to the Hisson race because, snakes kind of thing. And I was looking at the snake breath thing. I'm trying. No, snake mist. That's it.
Yeah, snake mist. Yes.
Snake mist. And yeah, and one of them was the adhesive snake mist, and essentially when you sort of use your mist, you get to stick your opponents on the surface that you kind of like sprayed. Wrestling, you say? I love wrestling. Well, I mean, Don loves.
As do
wrestling.
I.
Yeah, Don loves wrestling.
Why do you think I made an entire tabletop role-playing game based on wrestling and fantasy role-playing? Because I'm a madman and a genius. Anyway.
I mean, one of those things. Well, at least one of those things is true.
True.
But yeah, essentially the snake mist was the adhesive, and I just had this hilarious image of just this Hisson just punching through a wall, apologizing profusely before gluing the bricks back into place. And I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna make a building contractor, like snake wrestler, he just used the snake mist as like the cement, like expanding foam kind of thing.
There you go.
Yeah, WWE or AEW or both.
How about WWE, AEW, NJPW, and the returning ROH, and a little bit of NWA? Haha.
Now there's a man who loves his wrestling. For
Yes.
me, I don't know enough about the wrestling world to make those kinds of judgments. And congratulations, you have received the Thunder Badge of Lieutenant Surge.
Yes, I did.
Hurrah!
The only thing is, it's weird as well. I have to tick them off in Pokelinks so they come up on screen, but you have to do these in such a backward order. It's so weird.
It does sound weird. How about any or all?
There you go. I just love me some wrestling, It's bloody brilliant.
I mean, no MLW? There's all these... We're just saying all these random... Yeah, we're just saying all these letters now. Like,
there you go. Just why did you think I called the in-game? When I'm talking about Ring Warriors here, the in-game wrestling company that owns and dictates all major wrestling tournaments around the world, the World Wrestling Organization, or as I've called it, Whoa.
whoa. Yes.
Because originally it was the World Organization of Wrestling called WOW,
Wow.
which it could still be, but it's, as I said, still development.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, and
Wow.
but yeah, she was a ton of fun to play with. Shenanigans were to be had, and she was just tons of fun to play with. And we have a bot. Well, we had
terminated.
a bot. It's been terminated.
You have been terminated.
Yes. Well done. Well done to whoever terminated the bot.
You're
We
welcome.
don't need them there. But yeah, no, she was just a ton of fun to play, and I still remember that time. I mean, I don't know whether you're thinking of the same time I'm talking about, where yeah, where the party was in what was that street name? It was something street or something like that.
When it was our first
the
our
very
first campaign, which was the murder of Backstreet USA.
Yes,
which is a
Backstreet
gigantic
USA.
reference to
I knew it was a reference to something.
Yeah.
Like
Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Bad Street in the US of A. Bad Street, nasty and hot. Gonna get the rhythm, cause the rhythm gang guy. I love that theme tune.
Yes.
Michael Hayes, old school wrestler, love him.
I think you know where I'm going with this, Dom.
Yeah, I think I do.
Like, yeah, the time where like the idea was that we were like seeing two henchmen, and the first time round I managed to sort of wrap the tail around the dude's mouth to gag him, drag him back to us so that we could beat the absolute living like crud out of him, and then I attempted to do the same thing with the other guy, but I rolled terribly on like being quiet, so the guy turned around, and in a moment of panic I just started seducing the guy, like
oh god, yeah.
Yes, it was just a whole like, hey, like I remember the words, and the hey there, that's quite a big bat you got there. I guess you also have something else that's long and hard that you'd like to show me, like sort of thing. And oh my god, it was
this is all a true story, folks.
This is all a true story. It was just this chaotic mess of just this hardened, like, boa constrictor building contractor. Like, she's pretty beefy woman. I'll add. Like, she wasn't like a petite little Disney princess type thing. No. She was like muscular as heck.
Oh yeah, we're talking beef.
We're talking beefy. Like, there's this beefy boa constrictor snake woman trying to seduce this guy in the hopes that maybe she'll take him round elsewhere so that we could beat the absolute living heck out of him. But like, one bad roll later, and initiative was rolled because they figured I was trying to sift through some like like steroid type things.
The gangsters running around with roids.
Yes. Yes. Like, it was going so well as well. Like, this guy was practically infatuated, and then all of a sudden, that just one bad roll is like, hey, what are you doing? Ah, shit! Run! But yeah, it was not meant to be that. Oh well. But for the most part, it was just me panicking about seducing this guy. I was panicking. I didn't think I'd get that far, but so.
You did very well.
yeah, did pretty well considering the circumstances. So Ray said, I will say in the past I wasn't too much into the fire types, only the Cyndaquil line I really liked. I'm only really gotten into the fire type so much due to the fire type only run I did on Sword. After that, me with them fire boys became a whole meme in this community.
And it still is.
You could,
every time a new Fireboy gets announced, we're like, rate that Fireboy.
Yeah.
We need your approval.
Yeah. So, yeah, you could say
I love
that's
how I've just immediately speed ran to Sabrina, by the way. Let's go.
Yes.
So
Let's go.
Sabrina is still probably one of the hardest ones. Sorry, Tash. I'm just gonna
No, that's
break
fine.
this
Go
down.
for it. Yeah.
She only has 3
go.
Pokemon, but her 3 Pokemon are Espeon, Mr. Mime, and Alakazam. Obviously, Alakazam is going to be the scary motherfucker, so we need to be extremely careful. But I'm confident in Sheepdog because he can literally bite the living heads off of these guys. So we should be good.
Yes. So I'm guessing this is for the latest Fireboy. I rate that fire type Fireboy out of 10.
Nice.
I'm guessing that's pretty good.
That's like a 20.
It's like that's like a 20. So Cody says, true, wrestling is fun no matter the promotion. I miss them, the British Indies were a thing.
Aw.
Defiant was a fun program.
Oh, that's true. Defiant was awesome back in the day when we did that. I respected when they tried bringing back what was it? What have they ended up calling it? Like the World of Wrestling on ITV or whatever it was called, where you had like Will Ospreay was on. You had some pretty big names that did it, and that was awesome. But then we did it for 1 season and then never brought it back ever again. Because everyone was like, oh, this isn't the wrestling we know. And it's like, yeah, because they're not doing it right.
I mean, no.
There was no sense of promos, no sense of story or anything. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
It's modern day wrestling. You can't just do old school stuff anymore, sadly. Even though you still can. But you need to tell a story.
Yeah, people are engaged with the narrative nowadays.
Very true.
Female Mr. Mime, by the way. So that was when you were fighting Mr. Mime.
Very true. Our Papa is still kicking, by the way, Ayla. He is doing good. Our Papa, however, I'll probably have to switch out because this Alakazam is a very scary boy.
Yep.
Who do I actually bring out instead? I could bring out Sheepion. Sheepion could be... Ooh, no, what? Sheepion could be good.
Yeah, I mean... Psychic versus
psychic moves. Or Shearer, you got a point.
No, Shearer. Shearer or... I'll leave it down to you because you know a lot more about the Pokemon shenanigans.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any bug moves, Rave, though. That's the issue. His bug typing will help, that's for sure. I'm only concerned about Shearer because he's a physical defense orientator because of steel. So... yeah, I'm more inclined towards Sheepion under the grounds that Sheepion can resist, Sheepion still has access to bite. I'm crossing fingers, but I'm confident we'll be better here. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. It's fine.
Come on, come on. That's it. Oh my god. Oh, that wasn't even a crit. Oh wow. And he flinched!
Yes!
Oh, hyper potion!
Yes.
Damn it! Just as we thought it was all over. Wait, what if we quit? What if we quit? Nah, I was asking too much. Damn it. You know what? Good switch to Sheepion though. Absolute destroyer.
Oh man.
Worth it.
Yes.
There we go. And that's Sabrina done. That's 2 gym badges right off the bat. Wow.
Woo!
So that is... her badge is that one?
Yes.
Let me see. That's Giovanni, Blaine, Koga, Rainbow badge. Is it for heart or is it for... no, it's for yellow circly one. That's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yellow circly one, yeah.
I remember that from the anime. Like, I had to remember it off the top of my head because of the design. Because the heart one is Koga. Well, in this case, it's not Koga.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not Koga in this one because it's Koga's daughter, Janine.
Fair enough.
Which I found awesome. I loved how Koga became a member of the Elite Four and his daughter took over the gym. Love that.
Yeah. Like he be a very respectable guy in terms of the whole gym leader shenanigans.
Is Koga best dad in Pokemon?
I mean, if Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I just know that Koga was a gym leader who then got promoted to being part of the Elite Four, and that was it.
I wonder how you get promoted to that. Does someone just come over and just go, hey, Erica backed out, now she's dead. We kind of need a new Elite Four member. Little bit savage.
Just really savage. Like,
nah, in fairness, Erica was replaced by Karen, and Karen's basically just a one-to-one replacement for Erica. So Koga would have replaced Lorelei, because Lorelei's out.
Oh,
Bruno's still in. Lance is champion, so Lance doesn't count as the fourth member. So, yeah.
Yeah,
that's trippy. Anyway.
Yeah.
He might be the only dad. We don't have many. It's so true.
That is very true. Like, don't get a lot of fathers in Pokemon, apparently.
Hashtag Ash's dad gets me really, really sad.
Oh, Ash's dad gets me really, really sad. Oh, bless. I mean, but then there has been loads of theories of who Ash's dad could potentially be.
That's true. Well, wasn't it in the most recent Pokemon movie they actually dropped a bombshell when Ash talked about his dad for the first time ever? In Mallory, for God's sake, I'm talking about Ash's dad. Give me a moment, Christ.
Let us indulge in this kind of, like, I don't know, angsty kind of thing. I mean,
roaming charges must be incredible. I'm in a whole new region. How much is this costing you?
I was gonna say.
Wow. My Odyssey's intelligence keeps rising. It might be smarter than yours. I don't even have an Oddish. What are you talking about, Mallory? Oh, and listen, I missed catching a Nidoran female by just a tiny bit. If I'd been a bit more informed, I'm sure I would have caught it. God damn it. See you later. God damn it, Mallory.
Damn it, Mallory. So I'm just happy I have this stream to take my mind off real world. But Agatha is gone for Karen. I'm sure Dom has done a wonderful service of entertaining people and being all awesome flavoured epicness for you guys.
Well, I bloody well hope so.
Yeah, there we go. Oh man. I think you're good. I think it's all good. And someone has clipped something.
Yeah, I did.
Oh right, okay, fair enough.
I clipped what you just said. It's like, I'm sure everyone's entertained by you. I bloody well hope so.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's fine. Ash's mom is probably getting railed by the Mr. Mime she took from Ash. I mean, not.
Is it true if they say that you could mime anything?
I mean, potentially. I mean, hold on. So, if you're trying to mime that sort of thing, would it have to be with just one person by themselves? Pretending to do the thing with an invisible kind of person? Or is it... I suppose you'd have to do it on your own, because it would be practically like miming sort of thing.
I guess, like, I don't know, part of my logic, if that's occurring, in no way, shape or form am I endorsing the relationship between Ash's mum and Mr. Bloody Mime as sexual. This is a hypothesis, okay?
Like,
it is theory.
Nothing's been confirmed or denied, so...
Exactly. It is not in the source book, okay? But, taking self-care.
Yes.
Oh my god. So, right, here's my theory. If they were in a relationship that was somewhat sexual in a devious manner, all I'm gonna say is Mr. Mime does have some meaty fingers.
True.
Just saying. And
True.
and he can mime, so massive meaty finger plus miming. You do the math.
Yeah. Or
No,
maybe
I am not clipping that.
Maybe she. But meanwhile, me just clipping.
Is it true what they say when you mime?
Yeah. Oh man. Maybe she likes to watch. I mean, this is going to voyeurism territory now. Like,
it's like, porn's not doing it for me anymore. Mr. Mime, mime me.
who needs porn when you can have a Mr. Mime just, doing it right before your eyes?
What can I... No, it's even worse. When he mimes it, it's only him. So he has to do it as shadow puppets to mime it all. Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
I'm crying. Oh my god, I'm literally crying from this.
Welcome to the live streams where we talk about Mr. Mime doing shadow puppets for sex and shit. Fucking hell. The best content.
Oh man,
Sorry, children.
I'll tell you what.
Perfect time for a sub from Kayla. Thank you, Kayla. You guys are weird. A whole year I put up with this content. Yeah! Yeah! And Kayla, you now have a rainbow badge. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Oh, woo! Congrats! Woo!
Oh, crap. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I'm still reeling. Like, anyone who probably has logged into the stream and has just sort of entered the middle of this conversation. My god,
I
like,
hope we are, Cody. If anyone's under the age of them wondering, Mommy, what do they mean by fingering?
Oh god! What do they mean?
They just had to say something like Mr. Mime was doing some crazy shit. If you wonder why Jimmy's saying... Then you wonder why Jimmy's saying the word shit. I'll tell you why Jimmy's saying the word shit. God damn it, Jimmy.
Damn it, Jimmy.
Like, you shouldn't be watching Ninja on Fortnite. You know what happens.
I mean, we're all adults here, right, Dom? Like, are we adults here? Like Cody asked.
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
I'm pretty confident we are.
But
bear with me, my board has been zapped away.
Aww.
I think some of my things are not working as originally planned.
Ah, man.
But I think that's because they're supposed to be doing a thing and they're not. Which is weird, to say the least.
No, God, Rafe.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, Rave, please.
Oh, what have we done?
Not like this. Not like this.
Oh man. Oh no.
Okay, bear with me. I might have to go into studio mode to fix this. Oh, Lord, what's going on? It's a bit of teething room as well with Leo on board too. Some of the bits are working, some of the bits are just being dicks. So I apologise for this. But my lord. Things we have to do.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. Cam border. Oh yeah, it didn't turn on border 1. Oh, that should be... It's working now, so that's what matters.
Hooray!
GBC charity. Brilliant, I could turn off studio mode. There we go. That's weird. It's very weird. I do apologise about that. Oh, a good hydrate. Lovely. I'll solve it out in a minute, Cody. Thing is, I want to fix this whilst I know it's an issue, because if you guys are subbing, which I very much appreciate, I want my stuff to work as intended. So yeah, you're supposed to. Oh, I see. I see what happened there. Right, I fixed it. Because what it is, basically what happens is, whenever, and this can actually happen with any of the things you guys do, if I get a new follower, a new subscription, cheers, bits, donations, etc., it actually changes the colour of my border for a little bit, and then reverts back to the original colour, being purple. But it wasn't doing that, and I now understand why, because there's a delay to turn off the border it changes to and then switch back to the border it's supposed to be on, and the delay wasn't set on the border it's supposed to go back to, so it just thinks, oh, I'll just turn everything off then. So it panics a little bit. But no, that should fix that now, so that's fine. I'll get the Hydra on.
Oh god. When at the end of the night, someone's ass will be titled The New Grand Canyon. Oh no.
Like, you know, like, what is it? It'll be really scary if Ash's mum just goes up to Mr. Mime one night and just goes, hey, Mr. Mime, can you do Brokeback Mountain?
What, like with the whole shadow puppets or just miming the entire thing?
I don't know, like, maybe he can mime both people and just take turns. Like...
Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Kayla.
Oh no. What are we role-playing, Kayla? What are we role-playing in this scenario?
I was gonna say, am I gonna have to be a part of this? Because, I mean...
Oh, two-player roleplay, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say...
We are not role-playing bloody Brokeback Mountain, for Christ's sake.
Oh god, okay. Mr. Mime mistaking Elrica as Delia. I mean, I don't know who those people are, so I mean...
So Erica is the leader of the gym.
I mean, I know who Erica is, but I don't know
Delia?
who Delia is.
Which one's Delia again? That's another gym leader, right? Or is it?
I have no idea. I'm looking this up now.
Remind me about Delia, Kalo. Give me some... Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you just say Ash's mum! Who the fuck knows what her name is?
Don't know. Like, I didn't know Ash's mum's name.
Goddamn nerds!
I didn't even know that Ash's mum had a name apart from Ash's mum.
She's got a name. Yeah, her name is just Ash. Ash's mum.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'll clip that. Okay.
Yeah.
We have it on file.
Okay. We've clipped that just so we know that Ash's mother's name is Delia.
So mistakes. Wait. So what was the scenario again? Mr. Mime. Okay.
I'm guessing.
Wait, it's Delia as Erica? Oh, Erica as Delia. Okay.
Oh, okay. So, like, this involving Erica and Mr. Mime, but Mr. Mime thinking, oh, Delia.
Oh, God. This is gonna be...
So, shadow puppets. No. Oh, no. Yeah, how do we actually do this? Like,
get your clipping ready, guys.
Yeah, get your clips ready.
It's gonna be some wild shit.
Like, okay, so if it's involving the both of us, like, who would be who? I'm guessing, logically speaking...
Do you want to be Erica?
Sure, why not?
Right,
why not?
I'm Mr. Mime! Mime? No, I'm not practicing. God damn it.
I also, what the
stupid horny
was
Mr.
the
Mime.
idea for calling a kid Ash? Is this for when an eventual cremation happens, you could say Ash to the ashes?
That is so true, though. That is so true. Absolute madness.
Or maybe it's like shortened for Ashley. Like, I don't know. She named
Maybe.
the kid Ashley, but his name's Ash for short.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah. But
Right.
yeah, the roleplay. So what the fuck is gonna happen? Like, am I just gonna be just minding my own business? Like, la la la, la la la.
Well, technically we're starting a gym battle, so what if...
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
we'll try and... It's gonna challenge our... I'd say it's gonna challenge our roleplay skills. It's gonna also challenge yours, because all I'm gonna be spamming is Mr. Main, but in different pitches.
Yeah.
It
But
really
Mine
is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
You're
Mr. Mine's
welcome.
just gonna be a completely different person, like the different Pokemon, really.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh god, okay, yeah, so, yeah, okay, so, yeah, we'll do
Right.
this Pokemon battle as if Mr. Mine's mistaking Erica for Ashley.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yo,
we'll do
Cody
that.
Smith with a
Oh.
£1 dono. Thank you very much.
No, this is for, like, the fan service we're about to provide.
Oh, lovely stuff. Thank you
Aw.
very much, Cody, for the £1. Beautiful of you. Thank you so much.
Aww,
I
that's
will
good.
put that on here. So you get the 1 point. Lovely. Thank you, Cody. Legendary.
Yeah,
Right.
cool.
Now we have a good proper incentive to try and make this hilarious.
Yeah, now we've got to try and make
Right.
this beautiful.
Right, get into the battle, and as soon as battle begins, roleplay starts, right?
Hang on, I got the lights to it. Okay, I'll just hello. Oh, hello. You must be a Pokemon trainer. My name is Erica. I am the leader of got the line down. Oh yeah, I am the leader of the Celadon Gym. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but all the way from Johto, you say? Well, my dear child. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I think the stream's just a bit delayed, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
this is why I
sorry.
said get into the battle, because I'm
Okay.
skipping it anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that all your Pokemon are about to be, how I say, fucked up. And,
Mr.
yeah,
Man?
have fun with that. No, I mean, I'm not sure who you speak of. I'm not this Delia
Mine?
person. No, I'm no, I'm not quite I'm not quite sure what you're trying to like. Do you need some help? Has someone fallen down well or something?
Mr. Mine?
I'm not quite sure if okay, so oh, you're doing a very strange dance. Okay. Well, I got a Blossom. That's pretty good at dancing. Maybe you could. I don't know.
Mr. Mine?
I'm guessing you're not interested in the Blossom. Okay. Yes, they're doing the hula, and yes, that attack was very effective. But I'm sure if we all just, I don't know, calm down and, well, I suppose we're trying to talk this over, but, oh no,
Mr. Mine?
oh no, I see where this is going. Well, I'm not this person, would you speak, maybe you're lost, I mean, after all, your trainer just come away from Johto, so it would make sense to...
Mr. Mine?
Yes, you're very far from home, and you need some loving in that. But I can't give you that. I'm sorry. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Mine?
I can't give you what you need. If you go back
Mr.
home,
Mine?
then
Mine? Mine?
oh god.
I fucking can't, I'm so...
Oh man.
Okay, can we all
Okay.
agree to put Mr. Mime in horny jail? It's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. We
It's
need
fucking
Mr.
gone.
Mime in horny jail. He's gone.
Oh god, we
Gone.
tried Kayla.
Yeah, we tried so hard.
Hey, no, rainbow badge.
Hey,
Nice.
rainbow badge. Okay. Yeah.
Bloody 3 gyms in one. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's do this.
Put him in the horny jail.
Think about what you've done.
Hard. God damn it, Ray. Oh, my lord.
Man. Oh, that. Yeah. Oh man. That.
You guys crazy.
That'll be kind of awkward explaining to Brian. So Tasha, what did you do this evening?
Oh, God. Well, we had to reenact a scene. Oh, what scene was that? Have you heard of the theory of Mr. Mime and Ash's mum?
Yeah. Like, don't worry, we didn't go beyond.
Plus Ultra?
Plus Ultra. I don't know. Yeah, and Victory Bell. Sabrina had some really innuendo-esque Pokemon on her team.
She really
I
does.
Yeah.
I mean, Tangler, Victory Bell. You can tell what anime she watches by the Pokemon she uses. Let's put it that way. And she's wearing a kimono. What's under there? Nobody knows. Mr. Mime. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not commissioning artwork of a horny Mr. Mime. That's not gonna happen.
Put your minds out of the gutter. No, well, I mean, get your minds out of the gutter. No.
Look what you made me do, Chad.
Look what you made us do. Gotta have some fun when there's no challenges.
This was supposed to be a family stream. Family fun
Yeah,
for everyone.
Family fun.
Now it's full of stupid, horny Mr. Mime wazzocks.
My mind is the gutter.
Oh god, Kayla's done a clip.
Oh,
I'm scared.
No. Oh no.
Wait.
Oh
which
no.
was it? Oh, Magmar.
Oh hey, it's coffee. But
Oh,
no, it's a Magmar. Well, I mean, there's a bit of, I think there's still a bit of a delay on my stream. But you know what? I'm okay with this. Yeah.
We're here for the fun.
Yeah, we're here for the fun and entertainment and crying into our pillows as we come to the realization that we tried role-playing Mr. Mime.
Very true. Very, very true. But in fairness, this is for... As you can probably tell, the fact that we've done 3 gym leaders back-to-back with little to no effort whatsoever shows you the problem with Kanto. It's way too straightforward and easy.
Yep. Oh, look, wheezing! And it shall never be brought up again.
I love wheezing, don't get me wrong. Gentleman wheezing in Sword and Shield, good idea. But it's still not my boy Coughing.
Oh yeah.
Coughing is OG original, I can't believe it's not but a boy. So, nothing will ever take that away from me. Unless they made a regional specific Coughing, then we can start talking. But now that they've done a region specific wheezing, I doubt that will ever happen.
Yeah,
Interesting.
no.
I thought of something though. So, I had an idea with Gen 9, right? Gen 9, the whole deal with Gen 9 is that it's inspired from Spain, right? So like architecture and style and kids' uniforms, etc., right?
Yes, yes.
Here's an idea. I may have thought of the perfect regional variant for Gen 9.
Go for it.
Magmar. Hear me out.
Okay.
Magmar joins Ludicolo as being the second ever Pokemon, this time as a regional variant, to have a sombrero. And so he becomes whatever the region is, Magmar, with a sombrero, and he goes and he becomes pure fire type, changes from fire type into fire dark type.
Question. With
or fire psychic type, because then he puts you to sleep with a siesta. Ooh.
a siesta. Ooh. I mean, When I think sombreros, I'm thinking more Mexico. So maybe
Yeah, that's the hard
more
part.
flamenco kind of thing.
Yo, flamenco Magmar though.
Flamenco.
Yo, did we just make a Pokemon for Gen 9?
Yes.
Flamenco,
yes.
Let's
Flamenco. Yes.
OG
Oh
Fireboy, let's go. I love that.
Oh my god, we're genius.
That's
geniuses.
actually perfect. Game Freak, you're looking to hire people?
Yes.
Me and Tash are ready.
Yes. I mean, we only have like one sort of Spanish-related Pokemon in mind, but
we will make one.
we'll make the best Spanish Pokemon. Like, you don't need any of them Pokemon sort of thing. Or what if it's part of like I know people are kind of getting I know it's like the whole tradition with the whole like grass, fire, water kind of triangle kind of thing sort of thing. But what if flamenco was like one of the evolutions of the fire Pokemon? Like you could have like I don't know, like I'm trying to think of like maybe Pokemon like as the rookie kind of thing, and then the middle, and then the sort of third one. So flamenco is definitely the last one. Like, no doubt about it. Like, they'll have, and there should be like male and female variant of it, so that there's like the male kind of like garb, but there's also the female variant with like the flaming dress.
Oh, like flaming dress.
Yeah, the flaming dress. Yes.
Oh, Tash, that's a great idea. Have that region-specific Pokemon, but gender variant. Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
I like how they did with like the fire. What was it? The fire lion from X and Y. I forget what its name was.
It's not Incineroar or.
No. Because it was like
I know who you mean, but I can't remember. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, because the male has like a mane like Simba or Mufasa, but then the female has like a single big hair mohawk thing going on. Pyroar, that's
Pyroar.
it. That's
Pyroar.
it. Thank you guys, Pyroar. You can tell I never used it.
Yes. Yeah, Pyroar, thank you.
That is for one, totally.
Yeah, I'll have to say, as much as I always come on with the lewd stuff here and all randomly suggest R34 for characters, but this new Gen 9 player character, not even Rule 34 was able to save that one. I have no idea.
I have seen it now because it's a Fireboy.
I hope we get a new variant of Taurus. I mean, that would be pretty cool.
Especially since it's in Spain, it would make sense if they had an event of some it's like I spoke about it on a previous stream, right? Picture the scene. An event that happens involving one of the major town plazas where they have an annual event of being chased by the Taurus through the plaza.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Cause yeah. Damn. No, I'm still like trying to think of like, I don't know, possible evolutions for like the flamenco one. Like.
Yo, okay. Idea for gym leader in this region, right? You face the gym leader in a giant coliseum, or in a coliseum themed gym, right?
Yes,
and when you go in, he looks like a matador, but you have to fight him in double battles, where his final two Pokemon is the region variant of Tauros and a region exclusive Pokemon that is literally the Matador Pokemon, because it makes perfect sense.
Yes. Or if you want to make it more fire type, Magmador.
Magmador. That could work. Oh, I found Janine.
Ooh.
Look. Okay, Janine's, or Scribe Lawrence. They're called Scribes. But yeah, Janine's spray is amazing. I love Janine anyway. I think she's a great, like, just a great replacement for Koga's gym.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Definitely.
She is a scribe now.
She is a scribe now. Taurus would fit so well. And
Speaking of scribe, subscribe. Anyway.
Subscribe, yeah. Taurus would fit so well and see people get impaled on horns. I mean, I hope not.
Like not that last one.
Yeah, I mean,
new version of Go-Go would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Go-Go with a giant emphasis on the horns.
Oh, okay. So, hear me out. What if we had a goat based on like some of the Spanish architecture by was it Gaudi? Like, I'm trying to remember the Spanish artist's name, but like Gaudi with like the mosaic-y kind of colourful tiles, like, and the horns are like kind of like that. Or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah. I'd like to see a new variant on Cacturn or Maractus.
Ooh, good shout.
That's a good shout.
Cacturn and Maractus would be two very good shouts. It might not work with... Well, it might not necessarily work because cacti is more Mexican again. See, that's going to be the hard one because it's Spain inspired, but you need to rule out the differences between Spain and Mexico because they're very easily mixable.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so
Dad, no, they're not.
Oh?
Yeah, give me a difference then. Give me one thing that Spain has that Mexico doesn't. The Mexicans, for God's sake. Hi, Dad, ladies and gentlemen. Enchiladas, for God's sake.
Oh, okay. So I also...
Yes. Tequila. Ooh, you got a point there, actually. You got a point with tequila.
Paella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drug cartels. Oh my god, is that going to be the evil team for Gen 9? Just a glorified drug cartel?
Oh, no. Dom.
It's going to be the Godfather.
No, Dom. I've got one better.
Oh no, what have you got?
There's just one thing that you don't expect. That's the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh my god, the bad guy team is for Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
Big wall. Trump wall.
Oh yeah, the big difference between Mexico and Spain. The Trump wall.
Oh.
For God's sake.
Which I don't think has been built if I recall correctly.
Yeah, well, it's got partially built and then it was stopped.
I mean, partially built and then stopped.
Even then, have you seen the part of the wall that they built? You could just, like, shimmy through it. It's terrible.
Yeah, you could just... Yeah, totally.
Oh, my God.
Well, Mexico was a Spanish colony, so it makes sense we have influences of both. I mean, that is true.
I mean, technically, you could say America is a British colony, so...
I mean, technically speaking...
technically Australia is the British colony.
Hang on.
G'day, mates!
Technically speaking, America was an English, French, Spanish, maybe Dutch?
It's got a little bit of everyone, really, hasn't it?
A little bit of everyone, yeah.
A bit of Portuguese, I'm sure.
Yeah, a bit of Portuguese, like, it's got bits and pieces of everyone, so technically speaking...
How does it feel, America? You've been done fucked by everyone.
Well, there we go.
Historically.
Like, Danger's in.
Good to see you, Rail, by the way. I didn't want to miss you coming in. Howdy, hi.
Yeah,
and you missed some crazy shit involving Mr. Mime, some shadow puppets. It was mental.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was okay. So I text Brian.
Oh, here we go.
Like, okay. So I put down. No, like, so he was like enjoy the charity stream. Cause as much chaos in my absence. To which I replied, someone got Dom and I to roleplay something weird with Mr. Mime, to which he went, hope it wasn't a scene involving Mr. Mime and Ash's mother from the anime. To which my response is just, He hasn't replied yet.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
The first thing he guesses, and it's for one thing we did.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh
Essentially.
no!
Like, yeah. My boyfriend, everyone. Brian, not Dom. Like, because Dom has a girlfriend.
Damn right I do.
Yeah, Dom has a girlfriend who is not me, and that's okay. just
Soy
putting it out
simps.
there. Just putting it out there. Yeah. But there we go. Yeah, I condensed that entire segment into an 8-second clip.
Yep, sums it all up really, don't it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yep. Oh, man. Okay, so talking more about, like, Pokemon with, like, what type of Pokemon would we like to see? I'm imagining, right, some Pokemon inspired by 2 other Spanish artists. The first...
Leonardo da Vinci.
No, Leonardo da Vinci was Italian. No, I'm talking about Salvador Dali.
Oh yeah, of
Like,
course he's Italian.
like-
For God's sake, I'm a wazzock.
Yeah, Leonardo da
Dali
Vinci.
though. Dali.
Yeah, Dali, yeah.
Got a point.
Like, maybe something like dripping clocks or just very surrealist kind of things going on.
Ooh, yeah, with his artistic... Can you imagine that artistic style in a gym?
Yeah, like, it
Ooh.
has to be like a psychic gym because of the
Yeah, that's it.
whole,
Oh,
like,
that would be dope.
kind of things. The second artist which I speak of is Picasso. So something very cubist-like, where you try and see the Pokemon from like essentially you see like the Pokemon from all different angles. But it just looks so weird and like cubist and very like weird, like Picasso paintings kind of thing. Or something like a distortion dimension. Yes, danger. Like, something along those lines. But yes.
I forgot the Lavender Town theme in Crystal isn't nearly as creepy as the original one. They actually made it a little bit more soothing.
Yeah, it made it more soothing. Abstract Porygon. Yes.
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
that's a good
that
one.
would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Can we get a Delibird in a moustache trying to offer me 5 shirts for €10 in a shady stall as a Pokemon?
It's like salesman Delibird, let's go. It's like, hey, ¿qué pasa? You want to buy some good shit?
And it's like the straw. Oh my god, Dom. No, wait, that's more Mexican, isn't it? The straw
It
donkey
is.
with the sombrero. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah, donkey.
Damn it! Damn it! I had something good and no, God.
That's the
Damn
only
it!
problem with it, isn't it? It's really tough.
Yeah. Yeah, like, man.
I like the idea of Delibird though. That's a really good shout.
Oh yeah, yeah, Delibird. Like, yes, yes. I wholeheartedly approve. Oh god. Yes. Oh man. I'm just trying to think of like sort of like Spanish themed Pokemon like sort of thing that would be pretty cool. Like so yeah, so far we've got like Flaming Magmar.
Ooh. I just had a burst of inspiration.
Okay, go.
Based off of the fact of it's one of my favorite animated films and is also involving a major representation in history with especially going over to America and all that. Wouldn't it be interesting if there was part of the story in Gen 9 where you find out that some of the lore in the Pokemon world is that how they discovered Johto and Kanto, or how they discovered the Alola region was because of an individual that seemingly looks like Cortez.
Oh, good shout.
And Cortez enacted the war between them and the region in the region in X and Y, which is why that gigantic war happened. It was Cortez.
Damn it, Cortez.
Picture that. Damn.
Yes.
And Cortez is legit.
Yeah.
Like, don't shit on Cortez.
Yeah. Also, Cody said, I mentioned
Sweater,
Grun
thank
Pig
you.
earlier if you missed it, because there's a black Iberian pig, and I think a black Grumpy would look cool.
Oh, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout.
Kalos is the region. Thank you, Brave.
Yeah,
Kalos?
very much.
Kalos?
I was trying to remember it, but you know when you try and remember things, your brain's like...
It's from the roleplay with the Mr. Mime and Ash's... Well, Erica and Ash's mum sort of thing, you know? It's...
We don't talk about mime anymore.
We don't talk about Mime anymore, no.
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 Too much trauma.
Yeah, it's just too much trauma. No. Yeah, it's just too much trauma. Yeah. So... Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's one thing. You either have Cortez in the lore, or you have a Cortez-inspired Pokemon that's like a really, like, heavily armored Spanish armor. Yo, that's it! Regional variant Pokemon. Right. Regional variant Pokemon based on Cortez is a region variant of Pawniard and Bishop. Because can you imagine Bishop, right? And
Yes.
Bishop already looks like a knight, but Bishop's look changes to looking way more like Spanish armor with like the identifiable helmet and everything. That would be perfect.
That would
Oh.
be dope. That'd be so
Spanish
dope.
Bishop? Yo.
Spanish Bishop. Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome.
Actually be really cool. Mime just wanted to rail the MILF, don't hate him for that. For God's sake, Rave.
Damn it.
A family stream.
Family stream, guys. We've already soiled it enough as it is.
Right, we're gonna go the other way round, if I can. Because I just realised, oh yeah, we might not be able to go this way because we don't have Flash. So, Seafoam Cavern route we'll be taking instead.
Okay.
Which is fun. I think we need to go in that direction anyway, because that's where Blaine and Green are. So we can interact with them and get that all sorted.
So I'm trying to think of a Pokemon that would be more associated with the Spanish Armada.
Right.
So, I don't know, kind of like both kind
No,
of thing.
sorry, I just had another great inspiration. Sorry.
Do it.
So, you have a pair. So, like, we know, you know how you have pairs of Pokemon? Like, you have Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, or Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. You have, like, Sork and Throw, the karate guys.
Yes.
What if you had a pair of Pokemon that were clearly inspired by Miguel and Tulio from The Road to El Dorado?
Yes! Yes! Oh my god, yes, you're a genius.
That would just be money on a plate right there.
Yes. Like,
And they just have double battle tech between each other. And they'll just be really jokey and hilarious, but also kind of badass at the same time.
Yes. Oh my god, you're a genius.
Like, you can call one Magellan. And one Tuliolo.
Yes. Yes, Magellan and Tuliolo.
Hire me, Game Freak.
Yes.
I'm available.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes. Hire this guy.
Pokemon made of gold and silver. Ah. Ooh. Or are we talking about a regional variant of Skarmory, where Skarmory is gold?
Oh.
Gee, think about that.
Damn. Damn.
That'd be pretty cool. There's so many potential ideas now.
There is. Yeah. Like you wouldn't think that there'd be like loads of ideas, like loads of like Pokemon inspired from like such things, but like we come up with quite a few bright ideas there.
Very good. I like your idea there, Cody, as well, with Clauncher getting a Mediterranean slipper lobster inspired look.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we know that he's going to be in there because Clauncher is in the game. It's Clawitzer, that'll have the evolution. So that could happen because I mean, coughing wasn't a variant, didn't have a variation, but wheezing did. So
Yeah.
they could just have a variation on the secondary or tertiary evolutions instead. Mallory, have you got something to add to the conversation of Gen 9? Good morning, it's me, Mallory. How are you doing? Did you know if your opponent is flying, your twister becomes more powerful? See you later.
Really, Mallory?
It doesn't help, Mallory.
Mallory, you paid goodness knows how much money for like roaming charges for that.
Oh, you got a point there, Rave. If you had like the Skarmory idea on the Aron line, so instead of them being silver inspired, they're gold inspired as we go up the tertiary line. That's a good idea. I like
That's
that.
pretty cool. How many times have we heard Mallory say that? I don't know.
At least 5, I'd say. Too
Yeah.
many times is the true answer.
Like, damn it, Mallory. Stop being boring.
Why don't you come on over, Mallory?
Mallory. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
The only thing is, you
sometimes-
don't want to invite Mallory, or else she'd be that one person of a party who just doesn't shut up.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I just want you to leave my phone alone 'cause you suck. I don't know. Yeah. Ah, God. Yeah. So, there we go, in Saffron City, trotting around, doing your
Oh, yeah.
thing, going on Route 6.
Basically, go and backtracking to... Oh god, I'm going in a really... I don't want to go to Vermilion City. God damn it. My bad. Because effectively, I have to go back... And I know the easy road is just just use fly! But that's effort, so I'm just going to
That's
take the
too much
cycling route
effort,
again.
Okay, so Olm's here.
Snubble
Hi,
variant
Olm.
bits of retired Pokemon.
Oh god. And also, hi Olm. Hope you're doing well.
How do you do, the Olm? Hope you're good, buddy. Fountain of
Yeah.
Youth. Ooh, Fountain of Youth themed variant.
Ooh.
Would that be
That?
a water Pokemon or just a Pokemon with water typing in it? That'd be quite interesting.
Maybe both.
Mm.
Maybe both. Yeah, hi Tash, I'm good, thank you. And yeah, good. No, glad to hear it. Glad you're doing good. Glad you're doing okay. Glad everything's going well.
Just good.
And we're just going into a Pokemon battle.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Should we go up to Cerulean? I mean...
Yes. So the trick is, you cannot go directly up to Cerulean anymore from Saffron City. In Gen 2, they replaced Cerulean City, or the route up to Cerulean City, with a train line. So you can't directly do that. Because the train line can only take you back to Goldenrod. So effectively, we have to go the long way round, which is either through Rock Tunnel and back on ourselves to Cerulean. I don't know why it took me so long to remember the name when it's right there in chat. Or we take the route that I'm going to take, because we can also get a couple more gyms done at the same time, which is to go the route of Seafoam Islands, because bearing in mind this is so many years after the events of Gen 1, the Seafoam Islands don't exist anymore, and
Okay.
neither does Cinnabar Island.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but you actually get explained to you the Cinnabar Island was destroyed when the volcano erupted.
God. Yeah, so
How did
Brian
you get
replied-
Sizzle?
Oh, Sizzle.
You catch a Cypher, and when a Cypher and a Metal Coat love each other very much, magic happens. I hope that answers your question there, boys. Good to see you, bud.
Yeah, when a Cypher meets a Metal Coat and get it all off. I mean, what? Yeah, so Brian replied to...
Oh, here we go.
Like, he went, you and I visited different corners of the Pokemon fandom.
That's why I want Brian to get involved with this. It'd be hilarious. Oh, you can't even go down?
No. Oh. What?
Gee. I have to go through Rock Tunnel.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Sorry about that, guys. I've just wasted all this time going back and forth.
Well, in all fairness, we were killing the time by sort of talking about shenanigans and stuff.
True, true. So that's fine.
So what he's saying here is the Cypher railed a metal code.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is the Cypher gave it a few love taps, giggity, and turned it to a sizzle. Done. I think Coco would be Fire Ghost because he could also be a Ghost Pepper. Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
And Coco, El Coco, as well as Crocodile, which explains why his face is a skull.
Oh.
I think you've caught something there, Cody. That's very good. That's a smart idea, that. Someone, can we get some happy sheep in chat for Cody? Because that was a brilliant idea. Wow.
Let's get some happy sheep.
Oh, excuse me.
The happiest of sheep. Let's go.
I might actually teach Bleatini to fly, but
Bleatini, yes.
it's fine. I've got our beloved flying boy Ramjan in the box that we use for such an occasion.
Ramjan. Yes. I like it.
And plus, Ghost Fire type, that would be really interesting as well.
That would.
I think the only other Pokemon to have that is like Chandelure.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so we want to go back to Lavender Town. Go
Hello?
up from Lavender Town.
Alolan Marowak, Chandelure, and Hisuian Typhlosion. Welcome, new brother.
There you go. Awesome. Oh, wait, are you telling me Typhlosion's tertiary form is Ghost type? Spoilers, guys. Thank you. God. I've still not played Arceus yet. I'm doing it as an incentive for this run. Damn it. I've been avoiding spoilers this whole time. Boris, it's okay. You didn't know.
You did not
I'll
know
ban
it.
you later. I'm joking. I'm not going to. Don't worry. I would never do that. I'm not one of those guys who's like, oh, you spoiled it? Get out. Nah, it happens. You know,
no, it's all cool.
At this point, yeah, I am slow. I'm just doing my best to avoid as much of a game as humanly possible so I can just experience it without knowing anything. And so far, I'm doing really well. I've not watched any streams of it, not watched any playthroughs of it, not watched any reviews of it, because I just want my initial feelings and all that jazz of the game itself. So it's a challenge. It's part of the challenge run, resisting the urge to play Legends Arceus. Don't feel awful, Boris. It happens, dude. It's fine.
Okay, it's all fine.
But look, there's
Yeah.
worse things to feel awful about. Of all the things, this is nothing. It genuinely is nothing.
Yes.
Like, if I got mad over every single video game spoiler that was spoiled for me, I would be frustrated all the bloody time. And I'm actually going to put Flash on Sheepion because I don't think I'm going to use Psych Up. So at least Flash can lower accuracy, so we can just do some cheese strats if need be.
Yes.
So push come to shove, we can still do that.
Yeah.
But the game is awesome though. Spoiler: the princess is in another castle. God damn it! No, I'm just what the hell, man?
Oh.
God. By the way, respect to. Okay, I find it quite crazy. We were in Lavender Town and now we bumped to a Cubone. Theming.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go, indeed. Ooh, TM39. Ooh, what was TM39? Because remember, the items are still randomized, so we're getting crazy different ones. We have the TM for Swift. It's not too bad. It's an alright TM.
That's okay.
So no, this is a challenge run, Boris, with Nuzlocke rules. If you want the full set of rules, just do !Shepherd in chat and it'll come up with all the rules for you. Effectively, it's a Nuzlocke with some added rules to it. Ooh, silver powder. Ooh, nice.
Yep.
I think that's to up bug type moves, if I remember that one correctly.
Uh-huh.
There you go, in chat right now. There are the rules of the run.
Yes.
The super fun that I'm having with it. Which I am, in fairness. I love doing it all. It's great.
Ah.
And of course, we're doing it all for charity, so thank you, Kalo, for sharing the incentives that we can do to raise money for charity as well.
Yeah. Sweet. There we go, and silver power is for bug type moves.
Yeah, that's right. I was right.
Yeah. Ah.
I only know about silver powder because of a bug run, and when we got silver powder, I'm like, yes!
Yes.
Has anyone actually made you bleat yet? No!
No.
No one actually has. I gave Thingamy a shout out, Cody a shout out, because he gave me £1, so thank you very much, Cody. Yeah, you could have made me bleat, but you didn't. Just bleed it. Just bleed it. Meh. There's a free one.
So you
Never
got
mind.
the wall and you wanna go by. You're sitting out field and you're right. I don't know. I'm sorry, I had
You're
to.
gonna be shit right here to that. Just bleed it. Just bleed it.
Yes.
Yeah, no one's done the dynamic attack sheep song yet. Yet. Which is somewhat good because my karaoke skills have not been great lately.
No.
But hey ho, you never know. It's a long challenge yet. This is only game 1 of 5, potentially 7.
Gosh. Yes. Gotta run.
Needless to say, after we're done with the Shepherd Challenge, I'm going to take a breather from Pokemon. I'm already thinking of some ideas of what to do after the Shepherd Challenge, just to break it up a little bit, try something a little bit weird and wacky. Maybe actually following through with my idea of doing one of the Fallout games with explosives only.
Oh god. Okay.
Which would be quite tough. Or, because I know some of them don't have a tree for unarmed, do explosives only, but if I don't have explosives, I can only punch people. Oh yeah, I want to do New Vegas, just because I can mod it to make it so much good. Oh. I love Fallout 4, don't get me wrong, but in comparison to New Vegas, there's no comparison.
Okay, so Boris says, I wish the new gen would either have a dolphin or another sheep Pokemon. I don't know whether you had a... what is it? A dolphin Pokemon? Is there a dolphin Pokemon in, No, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think there is. No, there isn't actually.
No, there isn't. No, I don't remember a dolphin Pokemon, so yeah.
Bear with me, Cody. I'm just trying to work out why Tense Game wasn't working, because I tested that ages ago and it was.
Yes.
So bear with me.
Yes.
I'm going to try it out my side.
Okay.
Because when I put this all together, Tense Game and Hype Game were working, so let me try it. Okay,
yeah.
Why is that not actually triggering? What went wrong?
Oh.
Gonna quickly dive into this. Sorry about this, guys. I want to just make sure it's working. That was Tense Game, right? Yeah, Tense Game.
Tense Game.
Commands. Yeah, so it should... Yeah, so it should be muting the background audio. Turning everything on. That was working.
Huh.
Hmm.
That is weird.
That is very weird. I'm gonna be refunding some bits anyway, guys. So don't. Ah, that's why the transmitter. Right. Let me just check the transmitter. That could be it. That could be it. Right. Let me redeem it because I've got infinite points because I'm the streamer, and then I'll be refunding yours later on. So don't worry. Tense game. There you go. It was the transmitter. There we are.
Hurrah.
Brilliant. I knew something wasn't quite right.
Yes.
Something like an actual dolphin. No, that would be good. Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is tense game. The tense environment. Everything amped to the nth degree. Oh my. Oh me, oh my.
Oh my, oh me, oh my.
There you go.
I mean what? No. Anyways. So...
Oh no. No, why did I just think of my
yeah, that's because I sang it like
mime.
Oh god, no. Back. No.
No,
Oh,
Mr. Mime, why?
no. Oh no.
Yeah, Maya he, Maya who, Maya ha, Mr. Mime.
No, Mr. Mime, what are you doing?
God.
Yeah. Let's see. So Rave goes, Dom, maybe you can at some point finally try out Robot Rumble.
Yes, it's on my list. It is definitely on my list. I need to look
Sweet.
into it, and yeah. So don't worry, Rave.
Yeah. So Shade goes, Kalo goes, so Scarlet and Violet legendaries? I'm voting for Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, Quetzalcoatl is a good shout.
Yeah?
I can kind of see Quetzalcoatl maybe being the Wayquaza, though, like the tertiary legendary.
Yeah, that's true.
Saying that, though, you didn't really have a tertiary legendary in Sword and Shield until... well, I don't even think we did we?
No, I'm not sure.
No, because technically the tertiary legendary was in Crown Tundra, so that was brought into DLC later. And then you also had the variations of the... But yeah, Calyrex, that's it. And then you had the variations of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres.
Yes.
So technically you had a bloody ton of... and obviously the 2 new Reggies. My god, you had a ton of new legendaries in Sword and Shield. Wow. And Zarude, yeah. But wasn't Zarude gift only? Because if a legendary is gift only, I don't count it in the games unless they actually made it openly available, which or in the game as plot relevancy, such as like even Zygarde had some plot relevancy, and I love Zygarde. I think Zygarde looks dope.
Yep.
Hashtag where's Pokemon Gun?
Nice. Rail goes that odd. In Gen 3 there is that odd pink fishy one. The Kyogre? I don't know.
Kyogre.
Kyogre, okay, is sort of a killer whale orca? Or Gorbis?
Yeah, he's kind of like based off of one of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guinea pig could evolve into a capybara. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, that's a thing. But
you know what else is a thing?
Yeah, what is
sorry
a thing?
Mallory, come on!
Damn it, Mallory!
I'm trying to say a thing! Like, good morning, it's me, Mallory. How are you doing? Did you know if your opponent uses minimize, your stomp becomes more powerful? See you later.
Thanks, Mallory.
Mallory is a good thing. Thank you, Mallory. God damn it.
Yep. But yeah, you were gonna say, sorry.
I was going to say, if we're ready, there is a good thing, which is us taking a breather from the Pokemons to talk about mental healthy bits.
Yay!
Because it's that time of the eve, and I want to make sure Tash has a fair time with everything as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me over here as we do a thing.
Yep. Woo!
So, let me just cancel that out. Little Wazzock.
Yeah.
There we go. I saved everything, by the way, guys, so we're good.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
saw you saving it. Good.
Absolutely. Right, and I think if I push this button I've put together, everything should update, titles and all, to our new shenanigans, unless it's not working, which means I'm going to look like a right fool. Let's have a look.
Boy.
Oof.
Oof.
And it worked. Yay.
It worked. Hooray!
Awesome. So, ladies and gents, this is the part of the stream where we wind back a little bit, remember what we're doing this for, and we talk about mental health. I've had other guests on talking about their mental health stories. It's been getting quite emotional. Don't stomp Mallory. It's mental health Mallory. Exactly.
Aww. Yes.
That's what she is. We have our laugh with Mallory, but nah, she's cool. It's fine. But yes, because I have guests on, we like to at the moment, and we're raising money for charity. I like to get some guests on talking about their mental health stories. I've been reaching out to all sorts of people, and bearing in mind that the content involving these mental health stories can be quite a bit adult and quite a bit surreal, very, very real as well, and deep. I just want to start this by saying that there's a little bit of a trigger warning, because I know some people may not like to hear it because it may trigger you. So bear that in mind as we go, but if you're willing to listen, sit back, relax, and let's get that discussion rolling, because that's what it's all about. And of course, with all that being said, if you're interested, or if you know anyone else that may be interested in joining me on stream, not just for the collabs of the Pokemon fun, but to discuss mental health and talk about your mental health stories and share them on stream with me, then by all means, reach out to me. All my social media bits are down in my About Me section, or you can do things like exclamation mark. I think I have exclamation mark Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter all sorted out, and even exclamation mark Discord as well. Enjoy the Discord server if you want to reach out to me and say I'm interested, and we can go from there. But yes, this week, joined by a good mate of mine, Tash. We've already had quite a bit of hilarity in the Pokemon fun times.
Yes.
But yes, Tash, the floor is yours.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
So, mental health stories. Let's go.
Well, I mean, where do you want me to begin?
So
essentially,
I think best way to start it is to ask with you, when it comes to your mental health, because obviously everyone's different, levels are different. It can be anxiety, depression, spectrum between the two or further. Where does yours lie?
Okay, so I suppose I should start off by saying that I have autism, so I'm on the autistic spectrum. Some of the, essentially it's a neurological, I guess, disorder is the best way to put it, where it mainly affects your ability to socialize with others. I know all mental health shenanigans do that kind of thing, but in terms of what it does specifically, it's essentially you're I'm doing a horrible job describing this, sorry guys.
That's all right, take your time.
So essentially an autistic brain is kind of wired differently to a neurotypical brain. Neurotypical meaning, someone who doesn't have such disorders, such as like autism, ADHD, ADD, or any neurodiverse kind of things going on. But yeah, so for me, it's not being able to pick up on social cues as easy as the average person does, and the sensory overload part is especially a big thing. So for me, it's sound. So sometimes I hear sounds and it can sound a lot louder than what other people hear it.
Right.
Yeah, and it especially gets bad if I'm in a confined and crowded space. So that sets off like my anxiety, which I guess is like a byproduct of autism. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, sorry, I just had a massive brain fart here.
That's fine.
Yeah, so just various aspects of just socializing and being around people that I tend to have a lot of difficulty in. Which, I mean, is kind of weird because yeah, it's like, oh well, like I know I'm gonna say something some autistic people hear a lot and all the time, and people are like, oh god, really? And that is, well, you don't sound autistic, or you don't look autistic.
That's it, isn't it?
And it's like, yeah, well, I just third arm, like, just to make it look as though I'm just normal. Thanks, guys. Yeah, want to see the scar? No, it's nothing like that. But it's like,
what do you mean I don't look autistic?
Yeah, what do you mean I don't look autistic? Like, what does an autistic person look like to you?
That's it.
Like the problem with like a lot of media portraying like autistic individuals is that they they do center around like certain parts of autism, so kind of like, oh, they're socially awkward, but they are highly intelligent beings, because a lot of autistic people do have a lot of talent in specialized areas, mainly science, music, and the arts. But it could be in like different kind of sectors, but they're like hyper focused into. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So yeah, like if you want to ask them anything about like a specific subject, they'd be your person. But when I say autistic spectrum, it's like I prefer it to see it as a kind of star chart rather than a kind of linear sort of graph, because there's always that danger of that kind of, oh, you either don't suffer that badly, so we can just pile on more and more responsibilities, and then it just gets overwhelming, or, oh, you're so autistic, maybe we should just not give you so much. In fact, don't do anything. Just kick back, relax. But I am capable of doing things. No, it's fine. And it's like,
it's like that level of judgment before you're even allowed to do your thing.
It's that kind of level of assumption sort of thing. So yeah, the reason why I prefer to look at it as a star chart, like a color wheel kind of thing. So like a star chart. So you have like different sort of symptoms of like autism, and it's like different levels of severity, and every autistic person has different levels of severity on that star chart. So for me, I'm definitely sensitive when it comes to like the sensory overload. I definitely do hyper focus on specific subjects.
Yeah.
And I may not be great at picking up social cues right away, but I can adapt once I know why certain things are acceptable or unacceptable in a neurotypical society. And that comes on to another thing, that's masking. So masking essentially is when a neurodiverse person kind of adapts and masks or hides their autistic or ADHD or ADD or anything along those lines kind of traits to fit in with normal people. And I read something recently where like until you know you're autistic, like you know you're different but you don't understand how you're different, and so you kind of take different traits of like different characters that you admire or different people, and you try to sort of stitch them in like a kind of um like some Frankenstein-y kind of personality kind of thing. And then once you kind of learn, oh well, you have autism, suddenly you're like, oh, then which part of me is real? And then you're kind of deconstructing different personality traits that you've inherited over the years, and you're just left with like this kind of husk where it's like, who am I really?
Mm.
And it's terrifying.
I can imagine. I was about to say that even just by hearing that, it's terrifying.
Yeah. And so you're kind of left trying to sort of figure out who you are as a person, and without the kind of other influences that you've garnered like all this time. And Cody pretty much has hit the nail on the head with, we become chameleons but with personality traits in a sense.
Yeah.
That is pretty much the perfect way of like putting it. And it's especially more noticeable in girls when they're masking, because a lot of research into autism focused more on boys because the traits are so much more obvious with them than they are with girls. So up until like recent sort of years, they just solely focused on boys because it was that much more obvious. But with girls kind of learning to mask their autistic traits and things in order to fit in, they could go years without being diagnosed. I mean, thankfully, I was diagnosed at a very early age. My parents sort of spotted like the signs like very early on,
Yeah.
and I got the help that I needed from an early age. And but I didn't quite know that I had autism until I think it was when I finished high school that I think I became more like that. I kind of learned that the difference I felt actually had a name, and that was when I guess I kind of became more. Then things just started kind of fitting in, but at the same time also deconstructing the personality traits that I've kind of picked up over the years, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think part of that deconstruction, along with being bullied because I was different to other kids in like primary, middle, and high school, yeah, it didn't really help the whole bullying sort of thing. So then it contributed to like the whole depression side of things, and as well as anxiety. But 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 up until I think how long ago it was. Up until like a few years ago, I didn't seek help, and that was
Right.
because I was told by like plenty of I was told by some adults that like, oh, like if you go to seek mental health help, your job prospects will be affected. Like you may not get hired because they wouldn't want to hire someone who got like mental illness, or um or like, oh, people won't like you as much because like they'll just think you're so sad and all the time, and they just wouldn't want to. So for years, I just kind of tried to bottle up that kind of those kind of like awful emotions that the years of bullying and kind of deconstruction of or my autistic sort of disorder and other bits and pieces sort of from life as such. And it wasn't until a few years that I was in a really, really bad place. There was like already a lot of stressful stuff going on around the time. And that's like missing out like some of the I say abusive relationships. Yeah, I would say abusive relationships. I mean, I yeah, it was just like just a quick summary with like the whole abusive relationship situation. It was more like both guys that I was with probably didn't like certain parts of me and tried to change me in such a way that fit
Right.
their ideal kind of girlfriend or partner or whatever. And and I think it messed me up greatly because especially with the second one, because the first thing that the second one did was give me kind of like a PowerPoint presentation on how like successful relationships work, and it was just so clinical. Like it was like a kind of spider chart of like, oh, like good communication leads to this and this and this, and I'm just like, that should have been like the first red flag, but I'm just like, this feels so clinical. What
You
what
feel
is
more
this?
like you don't feel like you're in a relationship by that point. You feel like you're a patient seeing a doctor, or you're
Or
someone. It feels like you're a university student witnessing a lecture, and you're also part of the experiment. You know.
Yeah, in a sense, because the second one was into some really kinky sort of stuff. I'm not going to delve too deep into that in case it violates like
Yeah, that's
terms of
fine.
service
Yeah.
and stuff. But when they were introducing me to that kinky things, I wasn't necessarily comfortable with it. And because they just literally threw me at the deep end without like a life ring or something like that, I was really uncomfortable with it. And when I expressed my discomfort for that, like they like it, to my face, they were like, "Oh, okay, like that's cool," sort of thing. But then they post, I guess, memes like saying, when you're feeling horny, but your partner or whatever doesn't want it, sort of thing, and they just put this like disappointing fate, like the character sort of looking so disappointed,
Right.
like, and unsatisfied, and it's like, and I have called them out on it like privately, sort of thing. I'm like, dude, what on earth was that? And uh and I think eventually it came down to a whole breakdown where, well, they tried saying, oh, I think I'm like polyamorous, sort of thing, and I also fancy another person. And to be fair, because I loved that person that much, I tried making it work. I tried making it work, and I'll like try and I think I'll also sum it up like with something later on, uh, but essentially, like, I tried to make it work between the three of us, but I noticed that they were spending more and more time with the second person, and
Right.
that just made me feel so depressed to the point where I was feeling idle over this. And it was then that someone had told me, like, no, you're thinking those types of thoughts because you feel so unloved. You need to get out of it now. And so I did the
Yeah.
very brave thing of sort of dumping their ass and like saying, "Look, this isn't
Good shit.
working. I'm gonna have to
That's
leave,"
awesome.
sort of thing. But not without them sort of telling me how unsupportive of a girlfriend I was and how I wasn't like willing to drop everything like work or other familial responsibilities like that just to go on that train ride with like long train ride to them like they do thing. And I was like, dude, I gave you like, okay, dude, I attended their guardian's funeral when they passed away just so I could give them some moral support. I gave them an electric blanket when their boiler was on the blink and they couldn't get it fixed until 3 weeks later. So I thought, you know what, I'll give you an electric blanket just to at least keep you warm, sort of thing. And I also gave money for the removal van when the guardian's family wanted that guy out of that house. Yeah, so if I was being so unsupportive, what was that? Yeah, just a little thing. Cody did bring up a very good point. Do you ever feel sometimes you overemphasize things? Yes, all the time. I feel like I have to sort of like give footnote after footnote after footnote on explanations just to make sure that when I'm talking to people, they have a clear image of what I mean, because I'm afraid of saying something that could be taken the wrong way, and then people will see it as an insult, and then like they just have a go at me because I'm meaning something in an offensive way when I didn't mean to. And I'm often find myself kind of monitoring myself live, as we're speaking, I'm carefully constructing sentences of how to say my point, but without being offensive or being diplomatic or just just making sure I'm saying it right. I'm also looking at like the chat to see whether there's any interesting bits and bobs that I could bring up.
I get you. Like I found it. Sorry, rotating back to that story you were saying about your relationship that you had.
Go for it.
Hearing that from an outsider's perspective, I find it as if like it was a disgusting act from the bloke anyway. It kind of felt like he's using the guise of a polyamorous relationship to basically get with someone he's more inclined to want to be with, which is really bad. Like, I won't go into too many details on my end, but let's just say there was a scenario in a relationship that I had, not with my current relationship with Heather, but a previous one, where I could have potentially been in a relationship with someone, but the caveat was I could only be in a relationship with them if I was perfectly okay to be polyamorous and basically share her with another bloke. And to say it was one of the most awkward like questions to ever be, or like proposals to ever be given, like, and this is bearing in mind they put this forward to me when I basically just opened my heart out to this person, and I'm thinking, like, in my head's basically going, I can't give you this, here's a compromise, and the compromise is just not good. Because don't get me wrong, those of you that may be watching this in the future, don't know, that are in a very successful, happy and consensual polyamorous relationship, all more for you. That's great. Hope you stay happy, because that's the most important thing. For me personally, I cannot stand the idea of it.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about consent, and I wasn't necessarily consenting when they sort of proposed this idea to me as well, but the only reason why I decided to go for it was to keep them happy. And and this is a pattern that I have seen over the years when it came to sort of like being like autistic and that. And I can't remember who said in the comments, but essentially, essentially we live in such a neurotypical world, and anyone that's not part of that neurotypical kind of thing has to adapt to like the neurotypical society. It's pretty much saying no. It's I heard an interesting quote which pretty much sums up the whole thing, but I'll paraphrase it because I can't exactly perfectly. But essentially, it's like failing to provide anyone with like mental needs is like failing to provide accessibility like ramps and lifts for wheelchair users.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. So essentially, like, don't get me wrong, since there's been more awareness of it, you know, people have at least been a little bit more accommodating, but I still think we have like a lot more farther to go before we can say yes, this is perfect sort of thing. And Danger has also brought up a good point. Like, we have empathy, it's just hard to express sometimes. Yeah, there is that myth of like autistic people having no empathy.
Yeah.
When that is far from like it is far from like it's such a big lie. I find that because we live in such a neurotypical society, we're constantly trying to, again, mask to adapt to like the neurotypical needs.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. But essentially, because we're masking that much, we become more empathetic. Empath. And we have a bot. Let's get rid of that bot. Thank
Destroyed.
you.
Carry on.
Destroyed. Yeah. Yes. So, yeah. Yay. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, like, essentially, there's still some like albeit things that still need, you know, I don't know, kicking out and that. But again, you know, at least there's more awareness, so people aren't sort of assuming that those who are completely different are naughty or just lazy or unsociable and things like that. But yeah, so I will go back to that, like, kind of sort of point with the whole, like, oh, a few years ago sort of thing. Like, the amalgamation of the trauma from, like, the abusive relationships, the bullying at school, kind of, like, figuring out, like, who the heck I am, and just a lot of stressful bits and bobs kind of getting on top of me. And there is a trigger warning for this. Like, I just felt like I couldn't do it anymore. Like, I have attempted suicide. I'm not going to go into detail, like, you know, what I was going to try and do in case that triggered anyone.
Of course,
but
yeah.
It was a very spontaneous thing. It was kind of like the last straw that broke the camel's back. And yeah, it was kind of like immediately after that kind of last straw, that after I dropped my sister off at work, I just drove somewhere. And yeah, sorry, I'm trying not to like dissociate, if that makes sense.
Nah,
like,
I get you. It's a tough one when, like, you're comfortable talking about it, but it's just putting it into words that aren't going to be too oh my
triggering.
god, what the hell, you know, like,
Yeah.
exactly, triggering,
Yeah.
because you don't want to put your story out there and then someone go, that's me, I'm going, you know, it's that hard bridge that you don't want to cross.
It's that hard bridge. Yeah, so yeah, I would like I drove somewhere and I was really trying to will myself to do the thing, but my body wasn't letting me do what my brain wanted it to do.
Right.
It was
like you said, that disassociation between one thing and the other.
Yeah. So after I guess I concluded I couldn't go through with it, I went back to the car, bawled my eyes out to a friend, and then I heard the tap at the window. There was the police, and I was like, ah, shit. Somebody must have saw me and called. And I think it was there that, like, regardless of what anyone said of the whole, like, it will be shameful if you so much as gone to therapy or something like that, or oh, you won't be taking like happy pills or things, like, no, like, I need help. I just went through a really traumatic thing. Like, yeah, okay, I'm here, but it's still very traumatic.
Mm.
And I need help, whether anyone approves or disapproves of what I'm doing. But it doesn't matter to them, because what matters is that I'm doing this for myself.
That's it.
Like, I needed this all those years ago, but I didn't, because I was made to think that if I did, then I'd be weak, or I wouldn't be like successful in like applying for jobs or things along those lines. And yeah, like, I had to do what I could to sort of prevent that awful thing from happening again, because it's terrifying.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, I had like medication and things. No, I was prescribed like medication. Um, like like my workplace sort of like adapted my like kind of timetable so that I'm not working over, so that I'm only working like certain hours during the day. I went to like a lot of well-being stuff. And I just seen Cody's message, and I'm like, oh, I mean,
We'll have a communal hug.
We'll have a communal hug.
Can we get some sheep in chat instead to commemorate the hug? That'll help.
Oh God, yeah. Send in the sheep. They're fluffy and stuff, and that's all cool. Yeah. But yeah, we will all hug you. Yeah, suffocate me. Just suffocate me. Although saying that, I just realised, oh God, that's a lot of people. Oh God, no. Yeah, going back from what I said earlier.
So, suffocate me. That's a kink. No.
I mean, no. No. Yeah, but either way, like I'm sort of like trying to be more mindful, like how I'm feeling, and I'm like, okay, what's making me feel this way, and it's only been like a couple of years ago that I've actually started getting into art, like drawing, painting, and things along those lines, and it's helped, like, you know, sort of being able to express myself and stuff along those lines. Like, I'm still trying to find like a style that I'm like, yes, this is my trademark kind
I
of
get you.
style sort of thing. But yeah, and again, it's kind of like deconstructing like who am I as a sort of thing, when you've been so used to litter picking different personality traits and things along those lines. Yeah, so there's that. But then recently also, yeah, and I know I'm going from one subject to tangent jumping, like it's a thing that
Yeah,
I
that's
think
all
is
right.
normal for autistic people to do. But yeah, recently I found that well, I will talk about those stims in a moment, Cody, because let me tell you,
So bring in the stims.
bring in the stims. But yeah, recently I it okay, so it, as embarrassing as it sounds, and this shouldn't be embarrassing, but it is considered embarrassing because of the nature of what I'm going to talk about. Um, so a week before I started what I'd like to call Shark Week or Lucifer's Waterfall, um, sort of thing, for people who, or you know what? Period. Here we go. Let's use the correct word here, because it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a week before Shark Week, I just like Shark Week because it's cool that way. I felt like really depressed and felt really awful, and I felt sort of downhearted and hopeless and just feeling horrible. And then I did do a little bit of deep diving into what it could possibly be. Why am I feeling a lot worse than what it should be? Because one of the things that like I feel when I'm on Shark Week is I feel suicidal. Like I have like suicidal kind of ideation, things like just that I don't want to be here anymore, sort of thing. And I came across this disorder, which I found on the Mind UK website, by the way. I was deep diving into this, and I saw this on Mind UK, which is premenstrual dysphoria disorder, or
Yeah.
PMD for short. Um,
PMD. Yeah.
so essentially, it's a severe form of like premenstrual syndrome, like causing a range of emotional and physical symptoms every month during the week of or two before your period. And it's sometimes referred to as severe PEMS. But yeah, essentially the as I was looking down the list of like emotional experiences as well as the physical symptoms such as mood swings, feeling upset and tearful, the lack of energy and less interest in activities I would normally enjoy, feeling hopeless, feeling angry and irritable, feeling anxious, feeling tense or on edge, feeling overwhelmed, out of difficulty concentrating, and a suicidal, as well as some of the physical symptoms such as like the tenderness on the breast, the lady lumps as people call it, like pain in muscles of joints, headaches, changes in appetites such as overeating or specific food craving, sleep problems, increased anger or conflict with people around you, and upset if you feel others reject.
Hmm.
I looked at all of that and I thought, I'm 90% sure that's what it could be. So I decided to get an appointment with like the doctors, and they got back to me pretty quickish because I did mention like I don't know the suicidal stuff, and I think that's probably why they wanted me
Right. Just to
on
rule
the
out that
day.
you're not in that state of a moment, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, of course. Um, and essentially, they sort of like asked me the questions about, okay, what do you feel like when you're like before or on like your period, or uh things along those lines. And essentially, I've been given medication, whether it is a hormonal imbalance thing, or whether there's another underlying thing that I don't know, because it is considered as a hormone disorder, and I mean, if it is the hormonal imbalance during those times, then okay, then maybe the medication will be the best thing for me. But if it isn't, then they'll be like, okay, we'll have to try. But yeah, other treatments would include like cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. CBT. Yep.
Yeah, as well as like testing out like other medications or other things before they go to the drastic stuff. If all else fails and nothing works, then they would consider doing surgery to do like a hysterectomy, or I'm going to try and remember this, but I'm probably going to fail. The bilateral spalingo Uther. Oh god, I am doing such a terrible.
Oh, I know exactly which one you mean. It's a very long-winded word, but it's a very precise procedure.
Yeah, I will actually look it up. Yeah, bilateral salpingo oophorectomy. There we go. Which is essentially the removal of the womb as well as the ovary, and
basically the removal of you having any chances of having kids.
Oh yeah, essentially. Because it is, like, as I said, a hormonal disorder. So it could be potentially that. Yeah. So, well, it could potentially be like the thing that, would prevent me from feeling that suicidal again. Hurrah! But, I mean, for the time being, it's just, let's concentrate on the medication, whether that works, sort of thing. But yeah, it's just like little observations like that I'm like, okay, I need to get this sorted because it's clearly affecting the way I work and the way I live, and it's not great. Like, and I'm not making the same mistake of like bottling it all up and waiting until the worst thing happens, and then I just feel so that it would take me a very long time to pick up the pieces and put myself back together again. Yeah, so yeah, I think the things I guess I kind of learned, or kind of like need to take on, is to just reach out to others if I feel like I'm struggling, or if I feel like I'm like not doing so well. Like, don't sort of bottle it up and let it explode at the wrong time. And be mindful about, I don't know, just what you're feeling. Like if I'm feeling sad, okay, what's making me feel this? Like, what's triggering me to be this way? And is there any, or just things along those lines, and just applying what I was shown at like some of the well-being kind of classes and stuff to, I don't know, just trying to live as normal as I possibly can in a relatively abnormal situation. Essentially. Yeah. And I apologize to everyone if it feels like a whole tornado of just wall of words.
No, it's fine.
But yeah.
I mean, it's nice because it's the fact that you're also. It's always lovely to hear someone be so open about it all, and this is one of the main emphases that I wanted from doing this. The whole idea that the doors are open, you don't have to worry about it. You can go for as long as you want, deep as you want, as long as you're comfortable with it. And the fact that, and for some people, and for quite a lot of people as well, the level of stuff that it has been brought up this evening it could be a lot of things for people tend to keep in that bottle, keep to themselves, and
Yeah,
they may obviously speak about it with other people or with their counsellors if they're having counselling, or doctors, etc. And that's fine. But
especially
it's getting
with
that voice out there on a public level so that people that are going through similar things can look at you and just go, it's not just me, you know?
yeah, it's not just me sort of thing. Like, especially with the latter part of the conversation with the whole premenstrual kind of thing, because periods still periods as a subject is still considered like
it's like an awkward taboo, and it shouldn't be.
Taboo, yeah, an awkward
Absolutely.
taboo.
Like it's a natural part of what females have to go through. Obviously, I'm saying this as a male, but for those who don't know, I work in a doctor's surgery. I've helped women for the past 8 years as well as men. I've had everything from top to bottom. I get it, right? So, but it is very much something that should be just widely accepted as it's a natural thing. Let's be open about it. You know, it's like. Yeah. There was this very interesting topic I saw where it was I think like a man was going through the male equivalent of what you were going through. And so it was a matter of he had options of going through therapy and counselling, medication, and then if push came to shove, if it was something to do with hormonal issues, effectively it would be the junk is gone. Like, not just vasectomy, but get it all out, you know?
Yeah.
It would effectively mean the thing that makes you a man is removed to make you feel happy, but then would you be happy with the result?
Yeah, because it's taking that masculinity away, and
that's it. It's especially and especially in situations like yours, when it's that disassociation of not really getting of where am I in the world? Where am I in myself? Where am I in like my friendship circle and all that jazz? And then that gets slapped on you, and it just causes another spiral, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's that kind of like an identity crisis, really. It's pretty much like a very messed up identity crisis. It's just messed up. But yeah, it's just trying to navigate through mess and sort of clearing up where you can. Sort of, I don't know, just navigating it through essentially.
There you go.
I do want to answer Cody's questions of I wonder what my stims are.
Oh very good.
Oh yeah, like if I had my camera on, the first thing people would notice is how animated I am with my hands when I speak. Like, because
I'm there in person, folks. It's true.
Like as a kid, when I was first diagnosed, like I had a lot of trouble sort of expressing verbally what I wanted. Like I could make sounds, but in terms of like what I like, if I had to make sentence words, I know I just had difficulty. So my parents and I were into Makaton, which is essentially a type of sign language that non-verbal individuals or people who have trouble verbally expressing themselves use in order to communicate what they want. And so when I use like Makaton, and even when I am sort of talking at this moment, like my hands are just moving all over the place. And if I so much as try to like not use my hands while I speak, like I'm clenching my hands right now, and it's I just sort of slow down. It's kind of like shutting down, like no kind of thing. Like some prick in high school like tried to make me feel so self-conscious about me being so expressive with my hands that they gave me the nickname Hands, and it made me feel so self-conscious that I try to really sort of restrain myself from being expressive with my hands, but then but because it was like a comfort stim for me, it really messed me up.
Yeah.
it
It was
really,
like that
really messed me
conflict
up.
of the comfortable versus the accepted.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, fuck you, dude, from high school. Like, I
It all
realized
comes back to school, doesn't it? Like, everyone we've had on, every story, it all comes back to those bloody school kid antics.
Yeah, just like,
Just don't go to school. Like,
just don't go to school. Like, it's always school. School's always to blame. Yeah, I'm putting my middle finger up to like the freaking douche nozzle that like made me feel so self-conscious about something that's completely natural to me. Because guess what, bastard? I can make amazing things with my hands. I can do awesome things with my hands. I can like freaking like do like tons of magnificent stuff with my hands. Like, so screw you. Like,
and
sort
if
of
you
thing.
want an example of those hands in action, I definitely suggest checking out that Instagram link on Tash's name tag there and check out her artwork, which has also been featured in exhibitions recently.
I mean, yeah. I mean, local exhibitions, not like a whole
Still,
world
it's something.
kind of things, but it's something, you know.
It's
like,
one step towards the National Art Museum, you know.
yeah, you know, it's a step in the right direction, and that was a smooth segue, by the way. Like, that was a very, very smooth segue.
You're welcome.
Yes. But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments like, the dude who said that to you, Tash, he should get a cactus shoved in the ass. I mean, yeah.
Not wrong.
Essentially. I mean, to be fair, hands is quite tame compared to, I don't know, at least it's nothing like, I don't know, the R word. I just hate the R word. I despise it with every fiber of my being.
Like, there was
Yeah.
on that word. Sorry for the tangent, but it's kind of related to obviously everything we're talking about with mental health and everything.
Yes.
It's so interesting how when we grew up in our generation, the R word was seen as like one of those words where it's like, oh, you can emphasize with it, but everyone knows it's all right. When it bloody wasn't.
Oh yeah,
No. Like, you just don't. I found it really bad recently. Like, I've recently been getting back into one of my favorite games of all time, Command and Conquer, and was eyeing up because I know the modding community for Command and Conquer is so dedicated in bringing like new experiences in, and I was completely. I can't say anything but a little bit disgusted by a series of mods from one creator that features in every single Command & Conquer game, from like the originals all the way up to Command & Conquer 3 and Red Alert 3, where he had named them, and I'm not joking, Command & Conquer, the name of that game, R-word, to emphasize what his mod does to the games, to basically like the emphasis was that he's modded the games in such a way so that everything's bonkers, it's crazy, it's all over the place, and it's completely different to what the original experience would have been. And I get that, but there are so many different words you could use, and you pick that one.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have thought about this, right? If this was a series of mods that were like not really that popular, not gone to a lot. This is one of the most popular mod creators, and his mods constantly get thousands or tens of thousands of downloads.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of disgraced by that, being a fan of Command & Conquer, thinking using that word in that way when it is offensive and derogatory. And my
Definitely.
lord.
Yeah, I had a thought in my head. This is going back to high school, by the way. But like, you know when you sort of like tell, I don't know, your parents, oh, someone's picking on you, sort of thing, and they say, yeah, like, don't rise up to the bait and that. Yeah, well, not that I'm encouraging this. But on 2 occasions when I have done the complete opposite of what I was told to do, and that is using violence. I do not encourage anyone to use that as the first resort. But on both occasions when I had done that more so in self-defense, like, all of a sudden the bullies just stopped picking on me. Like, I am not kidding about this. Like, yeah, okay, I didn't exactly make any friends because of it, but I gained a lot of respect from my peers, but they're probably too terrified to go near me in case they probably did something that would make me want to punch them or something. But it's not even so much as, like, just, I know, bludgeoning people or anything. It was just more pushing them away and just stopping them from getting in my space.
Yeah.
And this really dumb anecdote, which is so hilarious. Like, this kid who picked on me in, like, maths class, went around the class, like, sort of jokingly telling people to punch him or whatever. He came up to me, told me to punch him. He didn't specify how hard I had to punch him. So, one punch later, he crumpled onto the floor, crying and clutching his winded stomach, and I was put in a 15-minute detention for break and had to write an apology letter for his stupidity.
Wow.
Yeah. I got detention
Mental
because
note, bullies, be specific.
Yeah. Or just don't tell your victims to punch you.
Yeah.
Because
or even better, don't be a bloody bully in the first place. Even though you can't just say that. We understand you can't just say that. But to some extent.
But yeah, it's just sad that the one thing that's not accepted in society seems to solve the problems when it comes to bullies. When it comes to, like, bullies sort of thing. Because, hey, they didn't go near me after that. So, I mean, I guess it's a win for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I think we've all had our wins. Like, I had that famous moment in the... Like, I've already talked about that moment on the last day of school where I tackled a guy and beat him up because he said something about my mum. And this was after 4 years of constantly bullying, so I'm like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, you just snapped.
Fun bonus story for anyone who's keeping tabs. There was another scenario before that, and I believe it was still in my last year, but it was like halfway through the year or something. I don't remember the specific dates. But I just remember we were in a science lesson, everything was quiet, we were just heads down with our books, learning stuff. And in the science lesson, with our big round tables where we have to sit on high stools, I'm sat next to one of the bullies for living daylights at me on a regular basis. And so I'm trying to work my arse off. You can tell he's not. And he's doing anything and everything in his power to tick me off in some way. Bearing in mind we're all supposed to be quiet, working, and everyone is. It gets to me to the point where I literally, and not lying, got off my stool, picked up said stool, and smashed it over his face. Did it result in me getting detention? Maybe. Did it result in him getting a broken nose? Yeah, damn right it did. Talk about liberation. But needless to say, that happened. No bullying from him ever again. I had other bullies to back up, but him, no. It stops. But this is the thing, like what Tash emphasised, I want to emphasise as well for me. It may seem as if the best way to get your own back into silence things is to get physical yourself. That should never even be a resort in the first place. Like, the reason why it happened with me and Tash is simply because it got to boiling point and broke the max. And when you don't have that filter anymore, all you've got is that innate animal instinct that says defend yourself, you know?
Yeah.
But in this day and age, especially even back then, with how things are, always try and deal with it in a civilized and proper non-violent manner. Because if you end up becoming violent and you end up going that far, you can become the very thing that you have wanted to find justice over.
Yeah, that you swore not to become,
Exactly. And that's the worst scenario you can have, because then that changes everything.
Definitely. Like,
Definitely.
Try the legal and peaceful route before you resort to the more extreme measures. But not to harm any innocent people who have nothing to do with conflict at hand.
Oh no.
Like just between yourself and the main person that's causing you a lot of misery.
And even then, if you feel as if you're gonna get to that point, try and channel it into the proper route. I know not every adult is going to back you up. There are still scenarios, even though we are in 2022, things are much better than they were back in the 90s and early 2000s. I think we can acknowledge that. But it's still not perfect. There will be some adults that you cannot approach, or that you can approach at first, but will not give you the help that you want. But that does not mean you can't approach them. Whether it's your mum or your dad, whether it is your teacher if you feel more comfortable with your teacher, or whether it is the mum or dad of your best friend that knows you well enough where you feel as if, I can't say this to my mum, can I say it to you?
Yeah.
Even if you're sat with your friend, that can just be something where someone that has that extra level of power over you is there to back you up. Yeah. You know, it's all that, especially in this day and age. Civilized is way better, because you do not want to end up on that level where you turn into the bully. You never want to go that far. Villain. Exactly. On that note, let's get things on the wind down a little bit.
Yes.
It's another deep dive into the wonderful world of mental health, especially about the autism and autistic spectrum. It's very eye-opening stuff.
And the whole premenstrual shenanigans, which we don't often talk about, but it should be raised.
Very much more openly talked about. Like, I was inspired by it, because I've never really heard those stories in that depth before, so it's very eye-opening and very earring. But I would love to hear more people come out about it. That's great.
Yeah.
So to wind things down and bring things to a close.
Yes.
I'll ask you the question I've been asking everyone when they come on, which is, if you could get in that time machine, go back to younger Tash, be it child Tash, preteen Tash, etc. It could be any time period of Tash. What would you say to your younger self, to either advice for what's going to come into the future, or advice for, like, going through those issues? What would you say to your younger self?
I mean, there's so many things that I want to say, but I guess the biggest bullet points would be, hey, like, people may think there's something wrong with you, but that doesn't mean you have to believe them. So I'm just trying to word this in such a way that's, like, if I was talking to my child self, sort of thing.
I get you.
Yeah,
it's like the idea of what they depict as normal.
Yeah, like
they may not see you as normal, but you are normal to yourself.
Yeah, you are normal to yourself, and that's the most important thing, because, like your sense of self is so much more important than other people's expectations of what you should be. Also, violence does solve some things, but don't use it as the first resort. Use a 3-strike system. 3 strikes and they get like a punch or a push or whatever. Take up karate lessons or like, karate lessons.
Channel that energy.
Channel that energy into something positive, like art or karate or something that you enjoy. And I think most importantly, if you feel as though that you feel overwhelmed, you feel hopeless, or you feel like you can't carry on, just talk to someone you can trust, whether it be your parents, a teacher, or like another relative, or even your friends. Like just talk to them. And if things do get so bad that you feel like you can't talk to them, call the appropriate emergency numbers. They have like they have like people at hand who know how to handle those situations and like point and signpost you in the right direction. You're not alone in this. Like it's kind of like being on a ship sailing through like a stormy sea. Like you will come across a lot of storms, but every storm passes. And when that storm passes, go to the port, pay your ship, get all the stuff you need for that next journey, start again. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So, yeah, there we go.
Brilliant, that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
So get a boat.
Be the boat.
Be the boat.
Yeah. Be the boat.
Why can I just see SpongeBob where it's like, I'm gonna wash the marble. I'm gonna date the marble. I'm gonna be the marble.
Be the marble. Yes.
Love it.
But like taking care of your ship through all sorts of storms is kind of like taking care of yourself. Like just because you yourself are permanent in your life. Everyone else and everything else is temporary. But you yourself are the most important, like most permanent thing in your life. And yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Lovely stuff. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Right.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me and Tash on today's stream. Pokemon fun times galore, as well as some lovely chat about our mental health journeys and all that jazz. Like I said before, if anyone out there has been moved by what has been said by Tash and you want to reach out of any kind, first things first, if you feel as if you may want to explore a little bit and see if any of the issues you're having could have a name behind it, either speak to your qualified medical professional, be it a doctor, etc., or counsellor if you wish to go that far, or if you want to, before going to that step, the Mind UK website. It's very informative. It has a lot of information about all sorts of different sides of like autistic spectrums, mental health spectrums, you name it, and a lot of fantastic ways of gaining advice and all that jazz. And even then, their telephone line is open all the time. If you just feel as if you need to speak with someone who's just a third party that doesn't know you, that's completely alien, and it's just someone you can vent your issues to, and they're there to accept it. They're there to fully accept it, signpost you to a place where if you feel like you need the help, they will guide you on that journey and start that journey with you. They are there. So bear that in mind. Thank you, Kalo in chat. Rail in chat, for the exclamation mark mind. All the info's there. Please check it out. It's very, very good. And that's why we're raising money for it at the end of the day. It's an incredible charity. They help out a lot of people. And as you can imagine, with world events of the moment, with what's happening out there, it's stacking higher and higher and higher every single day. So every penny genuinely help someone out. That's why I've made the donation incentive so low. From a single pound all the way up to £20 or more, you can literally help someone out, and it's fantastic. So, Tash, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, and thank you for inviting me to your stream and talking about stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. Oh yeah, that was one thing I wanted to add.
Yes.
Anyone out there that has been so moved that they would like to join me on stream for Pokemon Fun Times, as well as talking about your mental health stories, so we can be open about it and have an open and friendly discussion about things, please feel free to reach out. The DMs on Twitch, DMs on Twitter, DMs on all my social platforms, as well as obviously DMs on Discord, or just reaching out to me on the Discord servers. Even my email address and everything else is all readily available for you. Check out all the info in my About Me section or my links section for all my social links, or there's the Discord server in the Twitch chat right now. If you do want to get in touch of any kind and be a part of the streams of any kind, because it does not matter, by the way, if you are or are not a content creator of any kind, or whether you do have an Instagram page or anything, that does not matter. You could just be an ordinary person doing ordinary things, your regular 9 to 5, and you just want to have that chance to open up. That's the platform I'm giving you. So if you're willing to be online with an absolute wazzock that encourages their community to do memes involving Mr. Mime, then by all means, the doors are open, the clips are ready, and don't worry, it's all out there in public anyway, so why not?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Definitely get in touch if you are interested. Rave did it, Tash did it, and you can do it too. It's very simple. Very, very simple. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining for another amazing stream. We'll be back on Tuesday for some more separate challenge action, as we'll be continuing our journey through Kanto, and probably, maybe, even complete it, because I mean, we've pretty much gotten all the gym badges.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've powered through so many gyms.
True, so we might end up powering through the rest when it comes to the next stream, but we'll see how it goes. And that means we are on the road to Pokemon Emerald, which will be very, very interesting. So keep an eye out. Next week could mean the beginning of Pokemon Emerald, and it's freaking great. I'd be down just to get on again to clown. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So many people just want to jump back on, and that's great. We'll reach out. We'll sort bits out. It's fine.
Yes.
But for right now, ladies and gents, we're going to find someone to raid. One thing I want to try and encourage is for the guest to suggest someone to raid if they have one. If not, then we can obviously go on a hunt for someone who is also doing some Pokemon bits, and see if we can raid them instead. So, Tash, is there anyone that you follow that you would like for us to follow or raid?
Well,
or would you like us to?
Well, there's two people that I see live.
Okay.
Debating on which one. First one is Pandemanium.
Okay.
She is currently playing Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, God, love that.
And the other one is Final Boss Fight Live, who I believe is currently playing, I want to say Dungeons and Dragons? I'm not quite sure.
Nice.
I mean, it says tabletop RPG, so I'm going to double check to make sure that is what it is. And
yeah, I can't read myself.
No, Doom Train Call of Cthulhu. So they're playing Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah,
Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Like, who go for? Like, we either got Pandemonium or Final Boss Fight Live. Do you want me to tell you how many views?
No, go on. Why not? Give us a shot.
So Pandemanium has currently 25 viewers.
Okay.
And Final Boss Fight Live has currently 5.
Okie doke. What do you guys think? Call of Cthulhu or Power Wash? give me some thoughts in the comments. Because then if we lean in a certain direction, we can go for it. I'm up for either or. Like I love a little bit of Call of Cthulhu and Power Wash Simulator.
Okay.
Like, it'd be weird if you could just have Cthulhu doing a Power Wash. That would be a great crossover. I'd love that.
Oh god. Okay, so Kalo's saying Power Wash. Cody's wondering whether they bricked Cthulhu good. Maybe Power Wash for Danger. So
One shot quest.
So
I mean, I think it's gonna lean towards Power Wash.
Yeah, Pandemanium. I can type in the, or unless I'll type in the chat. Bear with me.
Oh, I might have found him. Is it Panda Meinium?
Yes, that's is it.
Pandemanium.
Pandemanium, yeah.
Ah, quirky. It is a TikTok. Yeah. Is it a TikTok reference? Nice.
I have no idea. Either way,
Power Wash Sim. You gotta love a bit of Power Wash Sim. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Great game. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have our charity raid message as we normally do at the moment. Feel free to copy and get ready to smack that out when we raid Pandemanium and give it a love and all that jazz. As per usual, if you do not have access to the Raid Sheep, as they are subscription-based emotes, you have two options. You can consider subscribing today. Not just does a subscription give you access to subscriber emotes, it also gives you access to discounts on the merch store from as low as 10% and to as high as 30% for a tier 3 sub. So if you want to consider doing that. And also, Twitch Prime, you get one for absolutely free. And if you haven't used it yet, you could consider it on me so you have access to all the sheepy wherever you go. But that's completely up to you. Awesome stuff. So, with all that in mind, make sure you have that ready. And if you don't have access to the Raid Sheep as well, copy the message between the regular emote sheep, because that's why I put them there, so that you can still post it. Or you can snap your own emotes on there to make it even more flary and funky. Love it. I'm just going to make sure I did copy mine properly. Yes, I did. Brilliant. Countdown begins. Pandemanium, brand new target for us for all that jazz, and it'll be really, really fun. Again, big shout to Tash. Thank you very much for joining me. Be sure to follow her on Instagram if you do have one, and support all her arty bits. And if you don't, I'll come for you.
I also have a Facebook page, but I also have like a art Facebook page. If you type in, say nothing. But I mean, I could put a link in there or something like that.
You can even post on the Discord server as well, because you're on the Discord.
I can do, yes.
So you can do it there as well if anyone's interested. True. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah,
I'll power wash myself then. Yeah, I didn't. Your message didn't get skipped. I read it, Rave. We'll get something sorted. Don't you worry.
Yes.
I'm in the zone. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's raid, have a good time, and of course have a good weekend. Be sure to join me tomorrow as we will have another movie night on Discord, and tomorrow's movie night is The Phantom of the Opera, which is amazing. I cannot wait to view that one with you guys in case you're interested. But if you don't come over, I'll see you on Tuesday or on YouTube for even more explosive fun times. Until then, stay safe, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay explosive. And I'll be seeing you next time. 3, 2, 1. I know it's a bit of a rush, but we're gonna dot. It's always at the last minute.